Let's do it.
You want to do it together? We can just type something down and we'll say it in unison because it's really creepy. Let's do
No,
that.
I don't think we should type it together. I think we should just rely on the hive mind.
Okay, let's do it.
We have a hive mind?
Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Welcome
everybody, to the next episode of Old Grumblers Podcast.
Episode 35, I think.
The date is the start of December, and that's when we usually record them.
Merry Chrysler.
We should have wrote it down, shouldn't we?
Merry Christmas.
That was perfect.
Relying on the hive mind was a bad idea.
That was perfect.
Yeah, it worked really well. I tuned you guys out completely. It's like you're going to be completely in sync with me, and I have no idea what you guys said, but I think perfect.
So what are we talking about?
The Tides of Torment DLC.
Whoa,
There's
been a DLC.
This comes out.
For Warhammer 3?
Should be in
after a year.
Yeah, the yearly DLC release.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I'm really interested to know what you guys think, because personally, it may have taken a buttload of time, but I genuinely think they really hit the mark with this one.
Interesting. Should we dive straight to the paid, or should we cover the are we going to organize this at all? Should we maybe do the free stuff before we get to the paid stuff, or do the paid stuff?
Let's do free stuff afterwards.
Okay.
Since we're ready to start with, let's talk about the DLC, and then we're just going to be like, anyway, the not DLC things.
I mean, it's
have you
DLC
ever heard of a
related.
chipmunk named Earl? I have it in my yard. Yeah, I mean, like, this doesn't work, I think.
It's DLC adjacent.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is the patch, right? So the patch is pretty good. Like, as a disclaimer as well, I have you two play stuff off stream because you are YouTubers, and I am a streamer, so I only play stuff when I'm allowed to stream it. And I've only had 2 full stream days, so I've only been able to do Dekala, and I've only been able to do Ashlyn as well, or Aislinn, well, however you want to pronounce it.
Alan.
My wife is half Irish, so I have to say Ashlyn as well. I just have a little, in there as well. Because that's how you're supposed to say it. And Sail I haven't had time to try though. I have tried Wolfric instead though for the free DLC stuff. But there's just so much stuff to play right now. So much stuff.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I also haven't played Sail, so I hope that good.
I played Sail possibly the most out of any of them because I was just trying to get his mechanic to the end, see what happens.
This is a great Total War podcast.
Yeah. The longest running, probably. We really, really have not checked.
Definitely longest running, and definitely best currently.
Stiff competition. You have a...
We have a lot of podcasts that haven't done an episode in a long time that we're competing against, so we are winning against them.
Yeah. By sheer attrition.
Yeah.
So the DLC, you think it's really, really... like what score out of 10 would you give it?
Out of Shadow Change to Thrones of Decay.
Yeah, basically.
I like this more than both of those.
Whoa.
Yeah, I've not played Sail.
Whoa.
I've only played Dekala and Alan. I'm going to call him Alan because I feel like the Irish put way too many letters and vowels in their names to all those little accents. They shouldn't have that many accents. Basically, they make a name that's like 50 characters long and got 50 accents.
Historically, I'm just going to say this is problematic from an Englishman, okay?
It really is.
True. I completely grant that. But they put so many, and then they're just called Bob.
this.
But it's just so... That's my only complaint is that their names look fabulous, but they're always just called like Bob or Gerald, but it's got like a million accents in it, which is fine. I just need some help pronouncing it first. I have trouble pronouncing things. Anyway, the point is that I've not played Aislinn I've not played Sail. I've played Aislinn and I've played Dekala, and I love Dekala and I love Aislinn. And I've not tried Sail, but he also looks pretty good. So I mean, I'm just like, yeah, this is great. I love this.
I don't think it's better than Thrones of Decay. I think this is a fine DLC. I don't think there's anything that's like aggressively wrong with it, but I definitely don't think it's like the best DLC that's ever been made. I don't know. I found a lot of the mechanics boiled down to buffs in a menu. Like Dekala, I love her settlements. That is one of the best like campaign loops that there is in game, because like just taking different types of settlements and farming them, then making one big mega settlement is really cool.
I feel like
outside of that,
Aislin's kind of similar to Dakala in of course, what I love is the campaign mechanics. I love the fact that Dakala, you've got this really interesting, it's not just I'm going to take a settlement and I'm going to build the same 3 buildings in it that I always do because that gives me more stuff that I can then use to make more stuff. It's more like I take a settlement. What am I going to do with this? How am I going to use this? There's a lot of interesting choices there compared to just, I can take it and do the same 3 things I always do, which is quite a bore. And Aesen's very much the same in that you have those colonies and then you can, or is it an outpost and a colony? I can't remember which way around it is, but it's, and you make an outpost in an allied settlement and then you have colonies, don't you?
Yeah.
And you kind of have to make that decision. You've got different resources you need to manage. And I really like that. I just think that's a really interesting campaign. And I also like the way that I've not worried about the victory conditions. Like I haven't cared what I need to do for Dakar to win. It's more like I want to expand because it's going to give me the resources that I need to do stuff.
Yeah. The gameplay loop for Dakar was really good. I never actually even checked the victory conditions, but Aelin has really good victory conditions, actually. It's basically like burn down 30 settlements, kill off all the pirates, guess 4 dragon ships, and something else. I can't remember. But it's pretty fun because then you actually go, and you also have to get all of the elven colonies as well, which is really cool. So you have to go and like actually make all those. So you travel the world and do cool stuff like that. They were really good victory conditions. So what DLC would you rate this one as then?
I think it's better than Omens. Definitely. But I don't think it's much
Omens
better.
was pretty mid.
I don't think it's much better than Omens. I think I gave this like a 7 out of 10. I don't know. I just felt like a lot of the stuff, like you say, you didn't end up repeating yourself. Granted, I didn't play the most Dakala, but when I was playing Aisling, I got to like turn 50 or something, and I was just building the exact same thing in every outpost to like get as much resource as possible. And then in the Elven settlements, it's like, well, why would I build any recruitment? Because dragon ships do all the recruitment on the move. All my armies will probably always be around dragon ships. So why would I bother? That's not my thing. Decals was a little bit better, but still, like what's it called? The Torments, the menu where you pick all your buffs. What's it called?
Oh, the thing I just call it Slanesh Gift Shop. Yeah,
that one. I mean, it's like there's nice effects, but it is just at the end of the day a menu where you buy buffs, and that's what Aisling also has in his dedications. Sorry, guys, it's been like there's too many mechanics with too many different names. Dominations, maybe, I don't know, something like that.
So what they call it is always irrelevant, but like they are giving us what we have been asking for forever, which is just more currencies. Because both of these that I played are literally just the Chaos Dwarfs mechanics. Instead of raw resources, because as Chaos Dwarfs you go out and you build only raw resources up until like you build up your big towers, because that's how you build like your main buildings. Same thing with like the dragon boats, you have to get like your dragon ship supplies, and with the Kala's Pleasure Palace, because then you just need like the thralls, right? So you just like go out and you mine your thralls. So you make little mining camps everywhere, or thrall camps, and then you just get that for your pleasure palaces, and you just keep on doing that. And then eventually you have to convert these things as well. Same thing with Island, you go and make like elven trade until you can guess all the dragon ship supplies, and then you start converting things over to that, or the elven trade when you have enough of that. So in that regard, it's better. I think it's like really cool mechanics. I do have some issues with the campaigns themselves instead, and that's like for me, it's slightly worse than Thrones of Decay, but not by much, because the only problem I have with them is that the 2 ones I tried were way too easy. Chaos Dwarfs aren't really hard, but it takes a long time before they really get going. But Alien, for example, you just get like Lothern Sea Guards, and they're pretty easy to guess. Lothern Sea Guards are pretty busted if you ever like plays, Release Worm and 2 elves. Plus he buffs them in a lot of other ways as well. You can always just get like 1 Sister of Lothern as well from the Red Renown eventually. And the Kala is busted from the get-go, essentially. I'm fairly sure she's going to be a one-man army at some points. So if they would have been
I did see Dame Offensive doing a stream where she was just using Dakala as a one snack army.
Yeah. I do think that if they would have just made them ramp up much slower in personal power scale, it would have been much better campaigns. Because managing to just not feel any fear when you're fighting these things, just going like, you know what, I'll just fight this. I'll even say that on stream all the time, like, you know what, I don't care if I win or lose, it's going to be good content regardless. And then you just win anyway, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The difficulty is, I've seen a few people say, oh, the campaigns look easy. And I wouldn't say they're hard, but then I don't, look, maybe this is just me, but I don't tend to find any Total War campaigns particularly difficult. Like, look, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to swag here or anything, as the kids would say, but it's just that I think once you, is that, do the kids still say that? I don't know. And once you get past like turn 20, it's basically like, how fast can I snowball?
Yeah.
If you survive the first 20 turns, you're golden, basically. It's less of an issue. And I mean, I guess you could try and balance around that, but I'm kind of like, who cares? Like the game itself isn't difficult. It's not really.
No, I think it highlights that the game has pacing issues, because they always think like, oh, people don't play past turn 30. Well, we better give them chosen at tier 3 then, so they can actually use more of the fun stuff, and maybe they'll stick around. But actually, it's like the reverse thing, where they should really do it so that everything takes longer, because people want to play with the fun stuff, and that's the motivator and carrots, I really think that like the pacing problem is a problem. That they should. I mean, there are mod packs out there that makes it so that you want to play after turn 100, and you just like feel like you're getting started after turn 100 as well. It doesn't need to be that extreme. But if you're having fun at turn 100, why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Aisling very quickly snowballs. Like if you get a couple of colonies and just fill them with dragon ship supply buildings, then you have a shitload of supplies. Then your dragon ships can be essentially instantly built full, because growth is ridiculously fast on those for me. And then you just kind of like, that's it. Like you've just got like the biggest army that can recruit on the move. And there's no need for any other kind of settlement. Everything else is just there to fuel that.
I will say that Aileen's dragon ships didn't grow that fast for me at all. I was like turn 50 or something like that, and I was maybe tier 3 on them or something.
I think the limiter for Aisling is definitely the dragon ship supplies, because you can only make those in colonies.
For supplies, and then once I got supplies, I was just like rocketing. Especially if you pick the Lord skill that increases horde growth, or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
that really does make it super fast.
I mean, I think the thing with Ace is he's a horde faction, and horde factions are inherently easy, partly because they're almost impossible for the AI to actually deal with.
Yeah,
because the AI's only real strategy is, I'm going to attack your settlements, and if you don't have any settlements, it's like, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing now.
I do think dragon ships are a tiny bit overpowered, in my opinion, because they are black arcs, essentially, right? Yeah. And the downside of them is the downside of a black arc is it can't go on land. So, if you're fighting in Nagaroth or in the middle of Ulthuan, it's kind of difficult to get the effects of the black arc. The army of the black arc is a little bit, wacky. But for the dragon ships, they can go on land. And the downside of this is they need dragon ship supplies, which are harder to get. But once you get them, they are ridiculously overpowered. They bring like a shitload of effects. Like you don't even need individual buildings. The Black Arcs, you needed to specifically go to those buildings. This is like, they're built into the recruitment buildings. And then you have extra effects. Like you can get all your bombardments and also like, it's just, they're so strong. Like not just for them, but for everyone near to them. Yes, the campaign is easy, but like I was rolling at turn 40. Like I was just like, well, there's no point me playing beyond this because like nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up, as they would say.
Yeah, it's it really goes to show that maybe even CA listens to this podcast, because we always said like they need more currencies, and also that high elves are just better dark elves. And they were like, well, they do have arcs, which are the only thing that they have that is like unique to them. So
dark elf means
we're just gonna do that, and so it's like, here's low tier and here's better low tier. See,
he's literally in the trailer.
give him black arcs, but also black arcs that can go on land. Yeah, that's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, like it's literally just better vampire pirates as well.
And they have that mist stance. They're like some like basically underways onto land from the sea, which is ridiculously strong once again. Like if you're in a place where there's no coastline, just like, fuck yourself.
Yeah. Like when I was by Lustra, I was like, I'll go out to sea and then like wait a turn and then use the mist to just bypass the mountains from the west side.
Mm-hmm. And because the AI is stupid, even if they try to attack you, they will just root around and then you'll teleport to their settlement and they'll be like,
what the fuck just happened? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That does. Yeah. That's. I mean. Yeah. They are strong factions. I have seen a lot of people complain about the units though.
Yeah, the units. The High Elf units got the shaft, in my opinion. The ocean units are pretty cool. They're not great, but they are pretty cool.
Can we talk about how the water elemental and oceanids seem to have PlayStation 1 bodies, but very detailed heads?
A little bit.
That's like, did you have like the green heads and blue bodies?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a graphical glitch. Like if you wait like one or two turns or in other maps, they will actually all be blue instead, and they look much, much better.
Interesting.
It's like that old gray face bug from Skyrim.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, because whenever I look at them, I'm always like, oh, you have like 3 voxels, don't you? You are like a 3 voxel World of Warcraft 1 water elemental kind of boy. And that's fine. I kind of love them for that. I love the fact that they are low vox. I'm like, yes, low energy. Let's have more low energy. That's what I want. But their faces are like, it'd be fine if they were all like that, but it's just that they've got these very detailed faces. And I'm like, what are we trying to do here? This doesn't match very well, but maybe it could be a bug. Maybe I'm just slagging them off for something that.
Beyond how they look, how do you think the units are? So we got the seamen, the whatever they're called, the guards. What are they called?
The sea company. The sea, something like that. Yeah, ship company.
Ship company. Renowned, maybe.
Ship company, I think, maybe. Anyway, the cheap spears.
Yeah, they're trash.
No, they're swords.
I think fucking hell. Sorry.
Did you guys not play? They're swordsmen.
Guys, I've been like grinding this DLC for like a month. My brain is so fried. I also played Azelin last. So granted, this may be tainting my perspective of him a little bit, but I found the units to be sea helms. Is that them? Or is that the Lord? I don't fucking know. It doesn't matter. They have some cheap swords.
We've got a ship company. They're like the bog standard infantry guys.
Yeah.
They are kind of trashed it, but he does get loads of buffs for them, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Which is fine. The Oceanids and the Big Oceanid.
They're very tanky.
Surprisingly so, for what they are.
I was worried they were going to be more Kodai guys, and then they were going to be, complete garbage. But actually, they seem to be pretty good.
Yeah, up until the late game, or up until later mid game, they were performing like really well and just not dying, which was very surprising.
The Merworm is a bit of a weird unit to add to High Elves. It's just like, yes, we give you this Giga monster. Have fun.
Yeah, but that's just because.
Yeah,
but that's because the Dark Elves used to be better at having like good land monsters. They had like the Hydra and Carapace.
And we couldn't let
so you have to have like a Merworm instead, because the Merworm is like the Red Merworm now as well is really strong. Like I had that one in a pile of sources for like 15 minutes and it didn't die. It just like had 350 kills. I was like,
don't exaggerate.
All right, well,
Fred.
you did your
15
job.
minutes total war Warhammer 3 battle. You having a laugh right now? 15.
No, I was like, no, it was Gorok had like the Star Tower. So I was like, well, I guess I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna RP as Aelid, and Ashlyn is just absolutely like when people say this is wrong with High Elves, like that's Ashlyn they're talking about. That dude is the like an absolutely worst person in the world. It's just like so I'm like, well, I'm just gonna take it then. And then I had to go to war with Gorok, and he came out with 3 armies and a garrison. So it took a really long time for us to murder him, and it was close for him to actually kill us.
Personally, I like any unit that kind of belly flops on something and rolls over. So like Jabberslythe, Biletoad, now the Merworm. They're all my favorite, bestest boys.
Yeah, I have no qualms of the monster units. Actually, like I think they're pretty cool. But
sees yourself by you can't really fight, but you're very large, so you got that going for you. Just roll on him, buddy. Roll on.
He's not the best in combat, but he's a very good boy.
That's how I feel like people should look at me like that.
Like the Merworm.
Like I'm not good at fighting, but I can roll on you.
And then the Sky Cutter Eagle Chariot.
Yeah.
I'm never a fan of missile chariots.
No.
But I will say that I do think the Skycutters are pretty good at picking off single entities.
Yeah, they're really good.
They're very
did you try
accurate.
did you try them versus artillery? They literally just like take artillery piece, like explode down, like just do that. They're really, really good. Because once again, the Scourge Runner chariots used to be one of the best chariots in the game for the Dark Elves. So they just felt like we can make that, but flying. Also a version that's just like a goddamn artillery piece.
Yeah, the artillery one is pretty rad. I can't deny that. The regular missile one I don't really love because it's a bit wacky. But the artillery piece was just hilarious. It's like everything that the Mortar War Wagon wants to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. It's like a much better Mortar War Wagon, isn't it? It's airborne. It actually flanks. It's good.
It needs the line of sight.
And the thing about Skycutter chariots as well is that they're actually decent in melee. Like probably like Tomb King's early chariots, pretty good.
I had really hit and miss experience with them. Like in the customs when I was testing the units, I was like, oh, these are actually like decent in melee. They're, they don't have like the most ridiculous charge, but they can get through just about okay. I tried them in a battle in my campaign. Jesus Christ. They just like came to a stop and then just got took apart.
Maybe unlucky. I managed to have mine really good. Like they could take out backlines really well.
Oh, yeah, they were charging like Vampire Coast guns. I was like, surely they could take this.
I mean, that's just a big blob. You got to be pretty.
It was just one unit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but like the blob can be pretty gnarly for them. But they managed to get all the backlines and also could fight like every single Heartbeat and Furies and all of that stuff, bats and everything like that easily.
So are Dark Elves just like worse, sluttier High Elves now? Is that literally?
Yeah.
So all the High Elves need to do is put an Oriole in a low-cut top, and suddenly they're like significantly better than Dark Elves in pretty much every other way.
Yeah, put some eyeliner on Tyrion, and Malekith is just in shambles.
Because like Malekith used to be like one of the best fighters and one of the best spellcasters. He's literally trained by Anarion himself in sword fighting, right? Like Anarion said he was pretty good at sword fighting, and Anarion was the best fighter ever to existed. And then he's taught in sorcery by his mother, the Hag Sorcerer, which is like one of the best spellcasters in the entire world. And then his shitty nephews, just like distant nephews, has become the best fighter and best mage. And he's like a really good all-around, just a monster. And they just can just beat him in like their respective thing.
I love Dark Elves. We need more Dark Elf DLC to make them better.
Need a big old rework. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I should have started out with saying, like, I love Dark Elves. Malekith is literally one of my favorite, like, lore-wise characters, one of my favorite ones to play, everything like that.
Questionable relationship with his mother. You gotta put that out there.
That's retcon, though. That's, like, really, really old. Like, in the new lore, they don't really see each other that much, and they try to kill each other fairly often. The only reason why they're still both existing is because they can't kill each other. Because they have tried and it's just not like they're not succeeding. It's not like, oh, I can't do that to my boy. It's like, I can't do that to my boy. He is better than all the assassins I keep sending. Not canon anymore.
Is that the new Old World lore or the new Age of Sigmar lore?
That's like since the 2005 or something.
Okay.
Ever since like the Sundering books that were released.
Nah.
Yeah, but I like it when they were incestuous.
Made them a bit more interesting.
Yeah, back when he wasn't even encased in his armor. Anyway, he's definitely one of my favorites. And I was I nagged so much on CA to like give Morathi also like a Keeper of Secret, just to read her now or something like that, a tier 5 stuff, just to give her like a cool thing at the end game to just play like to have in the army, because that's really fun. I play a lot with that mod as well. It just makes it so much more fun. Like they need some end game cool big units, I think. But yeah, they are just worse high elves, definitely.
So that's the high elf units. What does Slanesh get?
He does not care.
Fred's gone. He's like, I don't care. Because I've completely forgotten. My mind's gone blank now. And I need someone to remind me.
Get the Slangors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't even mention the new Lords and Heroes for the High Elves, but who?
The Pleasure Guards are what they call, right? Also Pleasure Seekers, the big...
They're really good.
Tier 5.
The Champions of Slaanesh.
Those are also really
Champions, yeah.
I love the Champions of Slaanesh.
Yeah, they're literally just really fast, a little bit more glass cannon Minotaurs. And Minotaurs are literally one of my favorite units.
I was testing them in customs and they start charging. I was like, is that a bug? Why are they moving so fast? It is absurd. It's like, it's like an F-32 Raptor just like crashed into the back of
It's even better because Dakala gives like low. You've now got the what's it called, devotee champion or something.
Yeah,
the hero.
Oh yeah, the anointed.
The exalted.
The anointed, who buffs
anointed and exalted. Right.
I think both they and the cultist of Slaanesh boost non-demonic movement, infantry movement, which seems to affect those guys because they were moving at insane speeds in my campaign. I charged a unit of champions into a unit of Cathay peasants. Those peasants ceased to exist. It was just a wave of red and no more peasants. Like it was just a tidal wave. It was hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, you guess also the devotees of Slaanesh and the devotees of Slaanesh with crossbows as well. So the crossbows are really good, but they don't have a lot of ammo. So it's not like you're going to have like a bunch of ranged ammo for them or a bunch of ranged armies for.
But they're still good in melee combat. Their melee combat stats are still great.
Yeah, the devotees are pretty good. I probably only really use them as Dakala. That's the only thing because she's the like non-demonic lady, and most of the time I'd probably just rather stick with demonettes because the other two bring buffs for them.
Here's a question. Are the devotees better than shades?
Ooh.
No, because they don't have enough ammo for us.
No, but are they better? They have better melee stats.
Oh.
Depends which ones, I would have to assume.
I think they were kind of the same, honestly, last time I checked them.
Which case Slaanesh has now got shades from the Dark Elves.
Yeah. Everybody else got the dick tats as well.
Is this the dunk on Dark Elves DLC?
A little bit.
Yeah. Also got the Praeton. Praeton, I think, was really weird because that is literally a Vargeist.
Yeah.
Yes.
It felt a bit out of place when I saw it. I was like, really?
I think it's...
But it's pretty
I guess that they needed to like put it just somewhere. But
it felt more like a Norsca unit than anything, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's not terrible. In my opinion.
I definitely think it is just the Vargeist that is reskinned though, because I think it's even the same animations.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. But at least we got the boob snakes, which is, give the people what they want. Snakes with loads of boobs.
I'm happy.
And they put bras on all of them. So that's nice.
I'm not happy.
Yeah. And you also got like Styrkar for Legendary Hero.
You know what? I was pleasantly surprised by him because I wasn't. When I saw Dakala was like I buff Marauders sexy snake lady, I was kind of like, it's going to be great for like the first 15 turns, and I'm just going to not recruit Marauders. But I've still got like my little Marauder stack running around, and when I say running around, I mean at like 65 plus speeds, which is pretty quick. Just breaking everyone, which is pretty good. I'm like, this is great. I don't need anyone else. It's a very fun one. I like I said after the custom battles as well. Like Slaanesh is the winner for just pure like units, at least for this DLC. I think personally.
That's fair.
Yeah, they did get the boob snakes, so that was always going to be a winner, wasn't it? And then what did Norse kick it?
Norse got a bunch of things that they already had that is slightly better.
They filled a lot of gaps in Norsca, really. Like you get the Bear Marauders, which like mid-game infantry in there.
No, the Bearmen are also like tier 2, so they're just slightly better normal Marauders.
Yeah.
They are very slightly better normal Marauders, yeah.
Yeah, and then you got Kurgan Horsemen.
Kurgan Horsemen.
The Horsemen I like. The Horsemen are great.
They're so fragile, but holy shit, the damage.
I think I didn't try them too much with like damage, but I did feel like Horse Masters are still better just for the ranged attacks, and like Horse Masters still are decent, I think.
If you get the two-handed weapon ones, you get the armor piercing on them, and then if you charge basically any unit in the back with those guys, they will shred it. and then die. But still, they will shred stuff.
Yeah, when I was using them, I was like, wow, these guys do so much damage. Shame about that defense, though. They got 4 defense and 2 armor. They're just like, okay, I'm going to fall over.
Yeah, basically. But always nice to see some Kurgans in there as well. Then we also got the cursed Ettins. And I
do like those guys.
Decent, a little bit strange, but
they're sort of giant adjacent, aren't they? They're sort of like giants, but with less armor piercing, but with abilities, which is fine.
I mean, and everybody can make the "I'll use my strong hand" joke as well for them.
Or the what's it one? Total Recall, the Quake. You got the little guy in his chest. Baby, you make me wish I had 3 hands. That kind of thing.
I don't think I've ever seen the original Total Recall.
What? It's great.
Remake, which is fine.
You have to see it just to see Arnold pull that like giant like ping pong ball out of his nose.
All right, put it on the list.
All right, say less, fam.
Yeah, so I like the Ettins. They're pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're decent. They're like it's a lot of like flavor things as well, because Chimera I felt like was kind of just a smaller, I don't know, maybe better dragon.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good for its size. I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a feral manscot. Then it goes in combat. I'm like, oh, yeah. I was not familiar with your game and the ability. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would say this DLC feels like it's the units are a lot of flavor, but then I to be honest, I don't think that's a massive problem. And I think if you want to be super efficient about it, there are units you're going to recruit regardless. Like if you're playing High Elves, you're going to recruit Lothar and Seaguard because they're like literally the best bang for your buck. If you don't want anything else, you can basically just recruit an entire stack of them and do fine. And it's probably the most efficient stack you can get, but it's really boring.
Yeah, that like not to like go back to the High Elves, but I was like, oh yeah, these new units are cool, but Sisters of Avalon are better. But I suppose you could play that game like forever and just eventually be like, oh well, why would I have space if I could have Sisters of Avalon? Because I just do everything. So you do have to kind of like RP a little bit.
Yeah. That's usually how it is. You have to RP in these because you can win with most units, but there is always some that will perform way better. There was even like a Reddit thread about it where they just had like, oh, look at all these cool units. And then it's like into the pile you go. And then like one of them got to stay into like the Sister of Avalon, Silvering Guard stack, basically.
Yeah, that's and I to be honest, I like stuff where it kind of goes, oh, this character's really good at this unit, which is why I quite like the Dark Elf mechanic, which please don't steal it, where like you get the name thing. So it might be like, oh, you're good at using shades. Brilliant. That's the shade army.
Who would steal it? He would go into the house and say
he's going to be like, wait, the High Elves don't
this?
have that mechanic yet. Let's give that to them.
No, because you know what they have instead? They can just pick whichever one they want instead.
Never mind that.
It's like when people said, oh, well, they don't have the arcs where they can just recruit from places. No, you know what they have instead? Global recruitment. They can just recruit from anywhere.
Can you imagine if they just went, yeah, the High Elves should have names as well, and just gave all the lore, like they can pick their traits with influence, and also they now get like an extra trait when they hit like level 15.
Traits are like better almost than most of those. It's like 3 good names.
True.
Tarif actually has a great video about that one, Names of Power, where it's like the start of 300, where it's like the baby's like, the baby will be inspected for faults, and then the Name of Power wheel starts spinning, and then it's like leadership aura, and they just like chuck it off a cliff, and it's like the newborn will be inspected, and it just keeps on doing that until you get something good.
I mean, that's terrifyingly true, actually. But yeah, so like the Styrakar being like, oh, I buff Marauders is, I like that. I like the Bjorg. Is that how you say it?
Oh yeah, the big bad guy. He's funny.
Berog. How do you say it, Fred?
Berstruck. No, it's not a Swedish name.
It's just monsters can't pronounce anything.
I've been calling him Bob. Bob Bearstruck, like, buffs is Bear Bonkers, which I'm like, that's great, because then you kind of put him in the Bear Bonker stack, and you're like, yeah, that's my Bear Bonker stack. Great. Yeah. Okay. I like that kind of stuff.
Bjorg is definitely like, I think he might be the best melee legendary hero in the game by far.
It's just such a meatball.
Absolutely. He's absolutely cranked, and he's got like the regen as well, and he's just like a murder machine, which is really cool actually, because in the lore, he is the second person to ever fight Valkia to a standstill.
After the person in the trailer, of course.
Well, yeah, but other than that, the only person who ever fights Valkia to standstill is Mortkin, and that's a human-sized dude who is as strong as a goddamn giant. He basically like, oh yeah, you want to wrestle, fella? And like the giant's like, what the fuck is this? And he just like takes down his hand. He just got like get judo thrown like, oh no. He's like, hacha! He's like, you gotta give up, yes? What's happening? You know?
Yeah, I did have Bjorg and Skylar, the big red corn. I had both of those in the same army, and Luon decided to land between them and did not do very well. Directly after that, he had a bad 30 seconds. Well, that's when he said it was like more like 8 seconds after that point. So yeah, he's really good. I really do. I like the fact that he does like buff his bear boys, which is pretty cool.
Personally, I didn't even care about that. I was just like sending him like Henry Lemessif, basically like, you see that hero over there, boy? He's like, ah, and he's like, go get it. And it's like,
he's really good in the Sail campaign, because he has a lot of we'll come back to this, but Sail's mechanic, like when you get to each tier, you have to do a complete quest battle, and you have to like take out these spellcasters. And whenever that army turned up, I was like, Bjorg, kill! Just ran straight towards them and instantly domed them.
It's just like, you want a magical duel? He's like, nah, off you go.
And he even got that ability that when he's charging, he like gets better stats as well. Which is like every single ability that you're supposed to use when you're charging and forgets. Like he just does it automatically. And he's like, there he goes. Sun on his ears and wind through his teeth, happy as ever.
Yeah, it really is like just throwing a steak for a dog. And he's just like, oh boy, I can't wait.
He's the best, honestly. He's one of my favorite units for this one. They also added the Dreadmore.
I think that is a really weird but fun unit. Not the most practical, but boy, it's fun.
Okay, we did a 19 Dreadmores video.
Of course he did.
Obviously. And that was pretty good. They seem to do well, so...
I mean, the Dreadmore feels like, hey, we have this tech now. Well, what can we make with that? Well, let's see.
Let's make Jormungandr, why not?
So that's cool. Maybe one day we'll have the someone teleporting on the battlefield as well. It's in the War of the Beards. There's like older rune magic when they were still good at rune magic and still could create stuff. There's someone who's just standing in a field, and he just like smashes his hammer, and with a chain lightning, he just teleports into the battlefield. And just starts wreaking havoc there. It's just really cool.
That does sound cool. I would like to see that.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And you also got the Femir Noble.
I did use them quite a bit, mainly because they were new. Also, they're fine. They're pretty good.
Is he the one that can give Femir Stalk?
Yeah, I think so. Isn't he?
I think so, because I did, in a couple of battles, I did have like a little commando unit of Femir. And let me tell you, it's quite scary to be charged from the rear by a horde of some of the best monstrous infantry in the game that you didn't see before. Like that is genuinely probably traumatic. So
I was like, are they really the best ones? But maybe they are. But yeah, that is pretty cool. I don't know. I felt they were like, it's kind of fine, honestly. I like the skin wolves because, I don't know, I like dogs, I guess.
They're fast.
Like dags.
Yes, and someone was talking about how you can make Femir have like 90% missile resistance with.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I did say you don't need missile resistance if you make sure they never open fire on you. Like missile resistance is only useful if you let them shoot you. And I was like, I try not to be honest. But otherwise, it is useful. Really you could make purely missile resistant Femir, which would be pretty fun.
So you think?
Sorry, you go.
I was gonna wrap us up into like the topic, but it's fine. Go.
No. It's it's always like if, right? Because the high elves guess like their invocation of wall stuff, right? So they changed some stuff. So the Diamond Phoenix and the Ruby Phoenix stuff that are way worse now than they used to be. Those used to be the best items in the game. But one thing that got better was like the Emerald Collar that now gives eroding poison, regen in melee, and 14% ward save.
Jesus.
Now, I don't know if you guys ever think about poison, but poison it makes all the melee stats 15% lower when you hit something. So in melee, like the thing you're fighting is gonna do almost 30% less damage on you.
Poison
Plus
is like
you're
the best
regenning.
effect that anything can have, in my opinion. It's so cracked.
Yeah. And so plus you're regenning and you have eroding poisons. You're going to do slightly, like a little bit damage all the time to them just from them like being hits every like 10 seconds. Like absolutely bonkers item now. But also we got, actually to get back on topic there, the Shaman Sorcerer. What do you guys think of that one?
I like him. I think he's great. He gets out of a spear, best spell in the game.
I don't know, you can get
it was
magic
nice to have a different
really
type of lord, I think.
I mean, yeah, it's always nice to have some variety. So that is good, but I don't know.
I also like recruiting something like a card, particularly if you're starting with like a melee lord, like you start with a melee legendary lord, it's nice to have a caster second lord because then you get a little magical support early on, which is sometimes hard to get.
I mean, normally if you start with a melee lord, they'll start with a caster in general. I'm fairly sure Wulfric does.
I don't think Throg does. What does Throg start with?
Yeah, Throg doesn't need them.
No, he doesn't. Throg needs no assist.
Yeah,
I know he does. He starts with a Famir Bale Fiend.
Yeah, there you go. So you think that Slaanesh have the best? I thought that Norsca had the best units. And I think you could make the argument for either. I think it's very easy to see that High Elves lose in every category, unfortunately. But I just love the Norse units. I feel like it fills all my holes, so to speak. And I don't know, I love Bjorg. I like the little wacky Dreadmore. It's just fun. Just have good.
I do think the High Elf units was probably a little bit more boring, but I do think the Lothern Skycutters with Bolt Throwers are probably one of the best units because that's just bonkers in my opinion. But otherwise, yeah, the units. I mean, I guess the ship crew, ship cat, whatever those guys are, ship's guard. Those guys are great if you upgrade them through ASIN, but I cannot see the point of recruiting them in any other High Elf army, assuming that they can recruit them. But I mean, I guess they're nice and cheap and early on, so maybe you would.
I mean, I think the High Elves try to fit in slots there weren't anything in before, similar to Slaanesh as well, because Norska is like, okay, Shaman Sorcerer is something that they need, and they need a Sorcerer Lord. Bjorg, yeah, he's a legendary dude. Like, what can you say about that one? But the melee dudes are like, they're just better marauders. Yeah. The Kurgan horsemen are just like horse masters, but without ammo. I think they do have a little bit better melee stats, but they're still gonna die really easily in melee anyway. Cursed Etin is, a slightly different giant. Chimera is slightly different. Dragon. Dreadmaw is new and unique, though. You don't have anything like range like that can just tunnel and just be on the other side and you start flanking. That is very new and that's very cool. But the other ones had, the High Elves didn't have that much either. They had the Skycutter chariots, which is cool for flanking artillery because their artillery was bad, but now they have a flanking artillery, which is really cool. And the Merworm, because a big monstrous unit on land is something they didn't have either. Slaanesh also had, the champions, a big monstrous infantry units, which they didn't have. They also had the devotees with crossbows. So they're like arranged units. They did have like a lot of stuff to actually, fill in gaps in the army, I think. They also got the Chaos Sorcerer Lord as well. And Pleasure Seekers. Well, cavalry, they already had a bunch of cavalry, but this is like better cavalry, I guess. Best cavalry. And the Prey Taunts as well, which they didn't have either. Like an anti-large flying specialty units. I
mean, I think this DLC in particular is one of those that very much comes down to an it depends on if you like it. Like, I prefer Norska. You guys seem to prefer Slaanesh. And it's just like, I don't think either of those is like an incorrect bad opinion. I think it really just depends on what you like to use and what campaign you prefer.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing is, of course, they have now cut the DLCs up, so you can pick and choose which one you want, which is a nice change. So if you like look at ASIN and go, I don't like that, but you look at Dakala and go, yeah, I do like that because snakes with boobs, then you can just pick up Dakala.
Yeah. Listen to this. Otherwise, they do have like if they were gonna do more Tries in the North, they do have a couple of cool things like they have like it's almost northern Mongol wise like Cathayans almost, like they have their jade armor just painted black, so that you can have in a couple of armored units like that. Maybe it'll destroy a little bit of the semblance of like how the horde is supposed to work. But I think it's the Tong that has Rhinox-driven napalm throwers, which is pretty cool.
Oh, hello.
Like short range thing that just like does fire damage on the spot and keeps on burning. They also have
setting fire to people.
They also have Demon Steeds. Who is it that has that? I think it's I don't know if it's the Dolgan actually that has it in the lore. No, the Dolgans are the dudes who use the weather and Slanesh things in one of the books. But one of them also has like spirit horses, like they actually infuse the demon souls into the horses. They go extra fast and have like warpstone arrows and things like that. So you could put in like other stuff that aren't there, but it was, again, that would be a little bit more horseman stuff. But like the catapult thing would be really goddamn cool if you would be a little bit faster with the Rhinox driven one, for example.
That'd be quite cool. Have we talked about sail?
Because no, I realized that I was just thinking that I hadn't talked about sail since I'm the sail expert over here, apparently.
Yeah, I'm interested to see, because every single campaign I play at the moment, Sail seems to go absolutely fucking insane. Like he takes over most of Cathay.
Sail has one of the most fun starting locations, I think. Possibly the best one of the DLC, because it's quite hard. He starts all the way up at like the top, just outside of the walls of Cathay. So he's got Zatan, who will 100% declare war on you. He's got Village, who at some point will 100% declare war on you before being lit chill later. And then to the south, he's obviously got Cathay, who will 100% declare war on you. So you've got like a pretty dicey start. But what I really like about him is that, like, I took out Zatan, I moved down, I like fended off Village to the point where I was like, okay, peace, please, my lord. And then we became besties. And then I was like, right, now I can start building these shrines. And it was just like a really good, like 20 or 30 turns of like fighting. Granted, 2 stacks of orc laborers, as I sent you the screenshots months of me getting like 2,000 kills with Sail's ridiculous magic, which is very annoying, twice in a row. But yeah, it's got a really fun start. But outside of that, mechanics wise, he drops the Allegiance of the God choices and just has his one tree, which I thought was kind of like a lateral move. I kind of hoped it'd just be like another choice maybe, which granted that may be too many choices, but I don't know. I just like variety and feel like he missed out on some of the buffs. But then his one line does grant him a ton of buffs, and his shrines grant him a ton of buffs. And then he has his manipulations, which is a unique mechanic that's kind of like changing of the ways. But instead of being currency, you just use them. And the more you use them, the more like it draws the Eye of Chaos. And then upon crossing certain thresholds, like it sends armies against you. So there's like a little bit of pushback there. But it's just good fun. It's just a wacky little guy. Not too complicated. It's a great time. The manipulations are really... It's one of those mechanics where you kind of really have to force yourself to use it because it is very skippable and there's not really like anything making you use it. You know, like the... what's his name? Yuan Bo. You can kind of skip his matters of whatever and stone and iron and...
Oh, yeah.
And if you do use it, you get a lot of value. But if you don't, like nothing really happens. It's kind of like that.
That sounds interesting. I'm looking forward to playing that, actually.
Yep. He has one that's really, really cool. And I kind of wish that more of them were that cool. That's essentially creates like a Norscan undercity. And then in that you build like a military building and a infrastructure building. And it determines like, okay, so when you're in this province, all of your armies gain stat boost to whatever. And then the infrastructure one is like, when you take this settlement, it will either instantly be colonized to tier 3. You do have to have the spoils to do that. Or it will like spread a shitload of chaos or give you a massive boost of XP or whatever. And it's just like a really fun way to like prep a settlement to like, right, I'm going to declare war on you. But before I do, I'm going to make it so it's as much in my advantage as possible. And then when you take the settlement, it spreads to all other settlements adjacent that are owned by the same person. So it really gives you like a nice snowbally way to start.
That must be that must be like one of the best mechanics in the game then, because otherwise it's like why would I make a cat, like why would I make a cult there?
Yeah.
If you know
it does they don't stay there forever. I think it's like 5 turns, and then when it spreads, the turns go down. So you do have like a very small window to make the most of it, but boy, oh boy, is it overpowered. I just kind of wish that you could use it on enemy settlements as well, because you can only use it on allied or neutral. So it's only good for declaring wars, not for like taking part in them, which is a little bit annoying, but I see why, because he's like the treacherous guy, and you know, there wouldn't be manipulations if you're just like, I hate you, I'm going to make it easier to fight you.
You can be like, I'm going to make peace with you, and then start spread. I love that. And I'm so glad that CAO suddenly realized that Undercities are only good in settlements that you're not going to take.
Yes. I was like, what's the point in this? And I was like, oh, I see. And then it spreads. I'm like, oh, it's so good. But yeah, the other ones
one of the things I hate about the Skaven is the fact that the best place for an Undercity is as far away as possible.
Yeah. I just send a ship over to Lortha, and I'm like, I will siphon your gold. Please don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish the other effects were as impactful, because a lot of them are just like, oh, they are good, but they're not like anything crazy. Like there's one that's like, oh, instantly raise a settlement. That's pretty good. There's an early one that increases the power of your spellcasters, like reduce the cooldowns, give you more wins, which is pretty cool. But some of them are kind of a little bit basic. But I mean, that's to be expected of any mechanic, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it really did feel like a better changing of the ways, and I don't think Sail's campaign is as interesting as Decala's for all the settlements, but I think overall it is a very fun just blast through Cathay, because it still remains pretty challenging, because obviously shrines have like no defenses in them. So you really just have to like spread and just kind of complete as a big wave, otherwise you lose all your shit at once, and it's very frustrating.
Yeah, I had that.
I mean, of course, Sales had the big Norsca update as well, so.
Yeah, I had a problem with that when I was playing one of the Norscan campaigns, but we'll probably move into that after the DLC section here, because we're trying to be structured nowadays, because people were like, oh, I can't follow anything. No, nobody actually said that, but in my mind they did.
No, they were just too busy complaining about my hair. Can someone complain about how you two look, please? You know, just keep it balanced.
No, they used to always say that I interrupted you two all the time, and now I try not to. Someone
commented like at the start of an episode, I was doing the intro, and then monsters talked over me, and I went, "Stop talking over me!" And someone complained. I was like, "Oh, I've been so rude." I'm like, it's like very obviously just me taking the piss.
It's our relationship, isn't it? We're just rude to each other all the time. That's fine. We're just gonna roll with it.
I'm never rude. I'm sad. People are rude to me.
Oh, no, I feel bad.
So are we done with DLC, or is there anything else to add?
I think we're done with DLC. I'm looking forward to getting to the Norscan rework, because I've got big feels.
Yeah.
But anyway, do you two what would you recommend the DLC or not?
I would say it's a big old it depends, which is not the most exciting answer. It's kind of like, if you look at Sail and you think that's going to be fun, you'll like that. And the same for Decala, and the same for Azelin. If you look at those units and you think, I'm going to use them and they'll be fun, you will probably like it. But I don't think any of this is strictly... I don't think Sail or Azelin are essential, although I think Decala might be, because of just how different a campaign is, and I think it's the best Slaanesh campaign. Granted, I don't really like Slaanesh's standard gameplay with what's face Nakari. I think it's a bit jank. Although the Frail Sea Lord is very good, which we will get to in a moment.
Yes, I really like it. I've not played Sail, but I love Alan and Decala, so I think both their campaigns are really fun. I think Decala's a lot of fun. I think what I've played, I haven't played a huge amount of Acelin yet, but from what I've played, I'm like, yeah, I like this. I like the fact that I'm traveling around the world, creating little outposts. I'm trying to get my dragon supplies up. I'm having to think about what I'm doing and where I'm going. And I'm sort of like, I'm kind of bolstering the high elves throughout the world. Like, I had to make a choice between whether I go to save Tyrion or Tekalis. And it was just nice to go, shit, I actually feel like I have some sort of like authority here. Like I can choose who I'm going to save. As it turned out, they saved each other, but whatever. Fred?
Well, as I always say, I have 12,000 hours in these 3 games. Why would you ever ask me? Like, yeah, just go buy it. I don't know. like I enjoy all of them, but dang. Like Total War creators are so bad to ask, right? Oh, you played it for like 50 hours. Is it worth it? Yeah, I enjoyed 50 hours. I don't know if it's good for like 300,000. It's like, okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like it's $22. It's 2025. Like, what else can you buy with $25? Like, what else can you buy? Like a couple of indie games. You can't even go to the movies with that. Economy is so shit. Just buy the DLC. I don't care.
Yeah, I will say that in the DLC season, I'm always like, I've kind of like tinted glasses because I'm always just like, oh, I'm sick of playing this fucking game, man. I've been playing it for like a month solid. I want to play something else. And this is one of the DLCs I have, like, Omens, I was really towards the end, like, oh my God, I'm just plodding forward playing this game. But this one, I was pretty easy to play all to the end, and I wasn't too sick of it, so that's probably a good sign.
Yeah, the problem with like Omens, for example, to recommend is like, yes, I would even recommend those, but not for the campaigns, but for the units you get for the other campaigns. Like, do you need them? Nah, it's just like a cherry on top if you want it. But like now, for example, on sales, otherwise just wait for a sale. Honestly, like I could see even like Thrones of Decay was it was like $250 on Humble Bundle or something. So
Thrones is still a go for me.
I gotta be honest, I was worried about this DLC because the last DLC we had, Omens of Destruction, was mid. Like it was fine. It was a 5. it was a 5 out of 10, right? I played it and I enjoyed what I played, but I was kind of like, it's fine. And I was worried coming into this. We'd waited a year for this, and I was like, if this comes in and I just kind of go, yeah, it's fine. It's just not worth a year of like waiting for meh. But I'm really impressed by what they did. So I'm fully on board with this, and I really like the campaigns that I played.
I feel like I've been so harsh in my review compared to you guys. You guys are so much better. Like in my review, I'm like, it's fine. It's not offensively bad, but it's not outstandingly good. It's all right.
It comes down to personal opinion, doesn't it? But I've just been really enjoying this. I've been genuinely looking forward to sitting down and recording some more stuff. Whereas I remember in Omens, I kind of like got to like the late game of Golgfag, and I was just thinking, I don't really care about this anymore, to be honest. So
yeah,
Golgi I get you so fast. Holy shit.
Yeah, I played the other campaigns like from Omens like for one day each, and I was like, I don't really care enough now. But these things I've been playing for like a day, like 8 or 9 hours, and then I'm like, I just want to start a new campaign on this. It's so much better. Like even the Omens though, even if I would recommend them for some of the units, I would only actually like recommend Wrathmongers and the Khorne DLC. The rest of them were like, I don't really care about them.
Yeah,
I just love, is fun, but it's not that good.
I just love the extra complexity in the campaign stuff. Like I think that just makes things so much more interesting. I'm really into that. And I mean, some people have said it looks too complex, and it is more complex, but
I don't really think it's that complex.
No, it's literally just the Chaos Dwarf stuff, honestly, for Aelin and Dakala. It's like instead of raw resources, you have people or trade.
I think with Aelin, I was very much like, how do I do, like, if I want, so I did this thing, I need more dragon ships. How do I get a dragon ship? And there's like 3 windows. I'm going, which of these do I need to actually, but I mean, the thing is, if you like hover over the dragon ship thing, it'll go, here's what you need to do. And it'll actually list it out and be like, this is. I
think on the surface, this DLC looks complicated, especially Aelin, but it's very well laid out. I was like, oh, so how do I get this build? And then it takes you to the menu. It's like, this one, pick this one. I'm like, okay, well, I'll do that. It explains itself very well. That I found it to be like when I played the Chaos Dwarves for the first time, I was like, what the fuck is this? How do I play? But with Aelin, I very quickly got to the point where I was like, okay, I know what to do. And it's fine.
Yeah, honestly, the little tutorial pop-ups were very good.
Yeah, they're getting a lot better. They're good.
And I also think that the Dakala campaign particularly started off in a really good place. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost like you start off with a Tormentor outpost, whatever that was called, which also has a port. So you're already creating thralls passively. And then it's kind of like you're funneled into basically completing that province, finishing off with the province capital. So you already get a couple of thrall crowns before you've got the province capital, at which point you've probably got enough thralls to actually build something. So it's almost like they've obviously thought about that. That's obviously a lot of thought. And I feel like this DLC, it feels like there's a lot more thought going into it compared to previous DLCs. Like, I feel like this is Creative Assembly when they go, shit, we actually need to work at this, compared to, we're just going to phone it and it'll be fine.
Yeah, you can tell that it's had extra time. And often when someone gets extra time, it's always like when it's a film, you're like, oh shit, this is going to be hot garbage. But for this, you can really tell that they've used extra time to like make the experience as good as it can be for what it is.
Yeah.
Which I don't appreciate the wait, but I do appreciate the effort. Please, not another year till the next thing.
God, I hope not.
It's been a cold year.
I need more than one a year. But yeah, I just feel like this feels like a lot more polished than Warhammer 3. I feel like Warhammer 3 came out, and in the same way that, you know, like the Ogres had the meat mechanic, and it was very much just, you get meat, you spend it on this. That's it. That's the mechanic. And it was like, who gives a shit? Like, no one, like, after about turn 5, you never cared about the fact that you had meat. But with this, they've obviously gone, okay, you get thralls. What do we use those for? And how does that feed into the rest of your gameplay? And that just feels a lot better. Like, they've just a lot more care, a lot more thought has gone into it. And I really like that.
And now a bonus section featuring Cody Bonds. I mean, I started recording about half an hour ago, so I've got most of the ramble, which is pretty much what we do.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to actually structure it, that's also fine.
I mean, I'm interested to talk about Tides of Torment for a minute, which came out today. If you guys want to beat around like that. Yeah. What I mean, really, I mean, it's everything kind of going on. I mean, Tides of Torment is sort of like, yeah, that happened. But this other stuff is so much cooler.
Yeah, we have recorded an episode on Tides, which should be coming out relatively soon. But if Cody wants to get a say in here, why not?
Go, Cody. Unleash.
Really. I'll do a proper intro later. I'm not doing it now.
You know, I think
well, I mean, like I've actually played Sail, which I had last time, so I actually can add that one as well.
Oh wow, I'm going to do some excellent editing to splice it. Because I rendered it, I can splice this into the other one.
Perfect.
Oh my god,
perfect.
Cody, I thought you had concerns about the mask.
The Mask of Slaanesh.
Yeah, I thought you didn't like the cam.
It's fine. It's all fine. I mean, there's so many aspects of this are fine. I mean, that's sort of my review of it. Is it's fine. You know, Aslan. I think Aslan. Aslan. I messed that one up because I had a friend named Aslan Tierney, and her was spelt the same way. It was a lady who's
Ashley,
Irish.
I think it's
yeah, and we call her Ash. Anyway, point is Aslan. I think it's a really fun concept for a campaign, but there's 5 resources now, 6 if you're counting public orders, 7 if you start counting like all the different like diplomacy stats. It's just like there was a point where I was like, oh, I want to unlock this next building for my campaign, and went to go click it. And it said, oh, you need to have blank. I'm like, okay, well, how do I get blank? Oh, it's in the tech tree. Oh, but to unlock that in the tech tree, I first have to get it through the Acer domination. I was like, if I'm having to go 2 levels deep through your encyclopedia to find the next thing, perhaps that's not really necessary. But thankfully, you can just ignore all of that and just go raid everything. It doesn't really matter. Sail actually was working really well. I was really impressed with how Sail played. That seemed like it was really fun, you know, what little I was doing right there. But I think it works better for Norska with Wulfric. You know, Wulfric, the pillage mechanic really seems to be made for him to go and like get stuff and come back and give you that Viking fantasy, which is so cool. And that's one thing I'm kind of sad about for Medieval 3 actually, is that it's like, that's too late for the Vikings. Yeah. And I get why not. Like, I get why not. You know, everyone starts with 1066, but really the players everybody knows are Richard the Lionheart and Saladin and those guys in the 1190s. You know, and that's you got the full, you know, knights in armor and stuff. So
as long as you get the Crusade, you'll have plenty of looting and raiding anyway.
Exactly right. The same thing by a different name. Let's be honest here.
There's always somebody who's like super duper naive who's like, no, they did it for honor and for God. They're like, yeah, buddy.
Nothing you do with mastery to shoot and Ralph at all. But,
have you played the other two much, Cody?
So I played the mask to figure out how the masks worked. I was like, oh, so it's an anti-infantry person with normal Slaanesh mechanics, and then you have like a dance thing where you keep dancing, and it's like a constant spell buff, and you just sort of customize your spell buff. And I was like, okay, fine, you know, great for Freelord. T'Challa I was playing a minute ago, and my initial thought was, wow, it's a giant snake lady who eats people and has thralls. There's fan fiction about this I think so. Why is this lady so popular?
I've written most of it.
Yeah,
when XCOM Chimera Squad got released, and they were like, in the future, do you know what they're doing? They have like snake brothels. It's woke. I was like, you don't think that would happen? Like, you don't think that would happen if there were snake ladies around? Like, it's like, are we like
freaks? Like, what do you think centaurs are? The centaur is just, another type of, coming in with all this centaur prowess. Like, man, the Greeks and Romans were not above the dirtiest stories you can imagine. Have you ever heard of priapism?
Do we want to?
Priapism. Feel free to look that up, not on stream. But it's a satyr with a especially noticeable appendage who just like appears on like pottery and stuff and is like, here, hold this by my handle. But he's basically why they put the warning on Viagra commercials. Like, if it doesn't go down, within 2 days, look up this guy, that kind of thing. I don't know where I was going with that. Oh, T'Challa. Yeah, T'Challa. T'Challa's Thrall's mechanic reminds me of the slaves for the Dark Elves, which I assume is intentional. It's fine. Like I said, I think the reworks are the best part of it, giving the High Elves more to do, making them bring them in line with everybody else. Norsca's units are okay. We get a mid-tier Marauder, Bearman guy. We get a mid-tier horseman, mid to high tier horseman, then 2 magical units that I'm probably never going to use. Kirstettins are pretty cool though. I mean, what's Slaanesh get? Boob snakes and
Champions of Slaanesh and Slangors and a bunch of stuff. I really like the Kala stuff because you go there and you make a thrall camp and like eventually you just run out of people. So you just go around like mine the place for people. Then it's like, you live in the pleasure palace now.
Well, here's my question.
Not pleasure for you?
So why don't you just instantly get them? Why do you have to slowly move them over turns and then remember to go back and convert it?
Logistics are hard, man. Sun Tzu wrote a whole entire book about it.
It's true, right? But they don't have Snake Lady Snikussy like leading them out of the village.
No, but like if imagine this, you're high as shits and you're half a snake person, right? And you're like, I'm gonna move 2,000 people over here. And we're like, what? 35 snake people? Oh, look, there's Dave. He's licking the carpets again on the walls. Yeah. I wonder what he's doing. And then you just go over there, you test those drugs. It's a week later. You don't know what's happening. So why does it take so long? What? You think they can build a queue? Like, you think they can form an orderly queue over there? Like, oh, we're going to march over there. Think they can find their way over there? They take sobriety turns, man. Like, it's like 1 or 2 dudes just ferry like 50 people. That's it.
I can see you please, sir. You've made your case.
Yeah.
I mean, the building that sort of like sucks them up is basically like a carriage thing, right? So it's like we're transporting them. They're getting transported. It's just we've only got the one carriage because budget restraints, and we can only take, I don't know, at most 3 guys at a time. So you're just gonna have to.
You just have to work it out. Yeah, that's pretty good though. I was worried Sale was going to be too much like Changeling or too much like any other Zinj campaign, but it was actually pretty restricted, like pretty like contained mechanics over there on the left. And I love that it was a pop-out window on the left instead of a straight whopping UI that covered my entire screen.
Yeah,
and that is a really tiny note, but just something that pops out to the side with an eyeball that follows my mouse.
It's probably the best UI that they've made in Warhammer 3 so far. And it's just so simple.
But like the Acer has so much wasted space on it.
Yeah. All the reworks, tech trees are like so much wasted space, and it's like more horizontal scroll bars. It's crazy.
Yeah. I did like that the Norscan, like the conquest tree, the one where you have to kill 10 armies or whatever, how all of it was set out like where the factions were on the maps. Like the Lisbon one was over on the left, Dark Elf one was over on the left, the Cathay one's over on the right. And I was just like, you know what? Someone had to sit down and actually think, where are we going to put these? And they came up with that. And I was like, you know what? That just kind of, that feels pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
I wonder if that's one of those really mentally you sort of think about them where they are. And so they found that was the easiest way to do that instead of like that. Hey, you know what doesn't work that way? The Empire. Every single time I go to select an Empire campaign, I can never find them because it says the Empire.
Yeah.
You could do that for everyone. Like, it's so stupid.
I really like Sale as well. He was cool. Been playing him now for a couple of days. I tried to like finish the campaign and get like the last settlement for the final battle, but what I didn't manage, so I'll have to go back and like do the last battle tomorrow, start the stream. But he's cool. Definitely like super duper goddamn strong though. Oh, yeah. Like Jesus Christ strong.
Oh, he seems like I love that his tech tree is just like nothing for anybody else, but all magical buffs for him. It's like, only one person here is important.
Yeah, but then he gets like a bunch of ward save, regen, a mammoth.
Yeah.
A bunch of like infantry killing stuff. It's just very, very strong. Sorry?
How'd you feel about the Night Maw as a spell?
I mean, it's pretty shit. My entire chat is just calling it the Limau, like Lamau, but Limau. Nice. That's what they're calling it.
Isn't it basically just Wulfric's boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, but worse.
Yeah.
I don't understand why it got a whole trailer for like an abound spell. It's so weird. I was like, oh, so this is going to be like a legendary hero, and it'll be like a superb caster / monster. No, it just comes out of the hole.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's the only one where I'm like, that could actually be a Pokemon, yeah. Krell can't be, but Krell has so many cool moments as well in like one of the Gotrek Felix books where he's has like an undead wyvern as well. So he's like fighting Gotrek, and then as soon as he sees like not doing too well, he just like raises his hand, undead wyvern swoops in, takes him, he's like going away.
I'm going to make a prediction. May it haunt me forever. The Ties of Torment goes live in 13 minutes. By tomorrow, there will be a playable Maw as a summon, like a permanent summon instead of a spell. Because I will bet you there's an idle animation in there and there's an attack animation in there, which is really all you need for a summonable. Idle, move, attack. So someone's going to make that as a mod really early.
It's out now. Start the clock, people.
Yep.
Is it? I thought it releases at 1.
Did it release at 3 hour time?
Yeah, because Warhammer people, like when they want something, they will make it happen.
Oh yeah, some of the mods for 1.3 are friggin' amazing.
Let's see the reviews are so far. There's only 3.
Yeah, I was looking at.
What would you raise Ties of Torment, by the way, Cody?
Out of 10?
Well, out of Shadow Change on release to Thrones Decay.
Oh god, like that's not a very high bar, is it?
It's what we have, okay? This is the house we live in.
This is what we're working with.
We're waiting at other like DLC for Warhammer 3. Like, I mean, that's it's the middle of the road of the 3. I mean, like, it's not as good as the Nurgle DLC, which obviously was the high watermark with Tamarkan and Elspeth. Everyone thinks that one was great. Shadows of Change was absolute dumpster fire. And this wasn't, so it's right in the middle.
Yeah, that was how I felt. It's not terrible, but it's also not like nothing is like outstanding. You're just like, oh, that's fun. Anyway.
Yeah, it's more content for things you love. Shouldn't have taken 6 months.
What was it about the Nurgle DLC that's better than this one then?
I just think all of the mechanics in all of the campaigns. I didn't really like Tamachan Uwu that much, but Malachi and Elspeth are just so much fun to play. It's unbelievable.
I love that my brain virus for Tamarchan Uwu has spread to you. That's just so good.
Every time I see him, I say it and I think of you.
I haven't ever liked any of the monogods. I wish they hadn't focused on monogods, frankly. I think that there's just not enough there. And forcing that over multiple DLCs over Warhammer 3's life cycle has just really hurt them. Look, when you look at the most played characters on the last DLCs, it's Elspeth in the Tamarkan, and in this one, it's Aislinn, right? Who's not the headliner. It's supposed to be T'Challa and the other guys, but that's the reality is that people like to play the good guy factions. And by focusing on never giving us a lot of Cathay, never giving us any Kislev, have we?
Mama Stanky, how dare you?
Yeah.
One of the worst placed campaigns I've ever seen.
That was so busted. I forgot. Yeah, because she's still in North America, isn't she? Like in Canada.
Yeah. Who's her final battle against? By the way, I always forget.
Elves, wasn't it? Or what else?
It was the Empire back in the day.
Yeah, the Empire.
Such a bad.
Skaven turn up as well for reasons I don't understand.
Yeah, the Skaven and the Empire. You can't stop those guys working together.
For reasons that she isn't an established character and they didn't have anything to work with. I mean, that's the reality there. I just, there's so many interesting characters like spread across the lore that they could really pull through, do neat campaigns. That's why I always stand for Bertrand the Brigand, because it takes the existing Bretonnian mechanics and it turns them on their head. Sort of like how Draika's campaign is an anti-Wood Elf campaign. It's so easy to do something like that gives you something different. Like I was so excited for boar guy with the big hand, orc.
Gorbad
Iron Claws. Like there's some really fun stuff in here. You can really go heavy on the boar cavalry, do something like that. But instead we get sort of like the tactics system, which never
I hate that.
Quite
so
came together there. And he never really focused on boar cavalry. He was just like a generic like buffer dude. And it's like, okay, well, he's gonna be the guy nobody plays then.
But in his Lord effects, he has leadership aura size, so
boom.
Absolute cinema.
Yeah, I even asked them why they even put that in. Like, so, no, it's basically vibe coding.
Sail the Faithless has, I was looking through the skills earlier. It's like one more use of Nightmaw, one more use of Nightmaw, 3 more uses of Nightmaw. So that's like a 10-minute game because that's a 45-second cooldown. Most battles last under 5 minutes, of which the actual combat is 3.
It could have a 0-second cooldown. It wouldn't matter.
If you don't. Exactly. What's the point of like doing that if you don't bring the cooldown down? I'm never going to use them. The battles don't last long enough.
To be fair, his quest battles can go on quite a bit because they get reinforcements. But that is about it.
Yeah.
I've been
literally the only time you're going to use it.
I've been fighting 50 settlement Grimgore today, so there's some very long battles when he's coming in with like 4 armies and all of them have WA reinforcements. It takes a long time to go through this.
I will say, Cody, Sail probably has my favorite starting location of all the wards. I just love that he starts up there. He starts with Zatan, and Zatan came and absolutely clapped me with thousands of orc laborers over and over again, and it was so much fun just seeing the winds and the maw thing just tear through.
The thing that's perfect for eating orc laborers. I like that. That is fun.
Yeah, that and Skaven. I've been fighting everything over there, but I did manage to guess Satan, the Kala, and Village as my vassals.
Say Satan?
I thought he said Satan as well, but I.
Oh, did I?
Satan?
I don't think so.
When did he get added?
I don't think I said Satan. Yeah. Anyway,
moving on from the DLC and then back into this.
Personally, what did you guys rate it as? Everyone else?
A 7.
Yeah.
Completely fine. By the way, 5 for me is like complete average, complete. I feel nothing. So I think I can't remember actually. The videos like came out and I can't remember. Was it like a 6 or a 7? Someone check. It isn't me.
I'd honestly say like a 9. I really enjoy this. I love the DLCs.
Yeah, I think it's like it's not the best DLC, but it's right underneath this. It's like right underneath Thrones Decay. It's definitely like a 9, not a 10 out of 10, but 9.
I do think this is one of those where it really depends on who you are. If you're a Fred or a Monsters, you might really like it. But if you're me or a Cody, you might be a little more lukewarm on it. It all just depends what you're into.
Yeah.
If you like boob snakes, it's a 9.
Yeah, I don't understand the logistics of high boob snake men trying to ferry people over to a pleasure palace.
Oh. And now a brief interlude.
You're not listening to what they're saying, right?
Oh, I gotta get something for my kid in a second. I gotta get some medicine. He's not feeling great.
Oh, poor fella.
Hey, it's just sick kids stink. Nothing you can do about it. So yeah, it's not like they smell. Like it means it stinks to be sick. Sorry, make sure I understand.
No, they smell really awful as well when they're sick. Like
they can.
Pretty bad anyway.
I mean, I find myself a lot more excited for end times. I'm much more interested in what they're going to do with that the setting. I just, there were DLCs I was really excited for Warhammer 3. Monkey King, which I'm not sure we're ever going to get Monkey King actually, because there's not been anything to release to imply that we would.
Wasn't he teased like weird, that, isn't it?
It's lore blurbs in the game, but I definitely think we will guess Monkey King at some point. I mean, like he's just such an important character. Yeah. Everybody just loves him, especially after Black Myth Wukong came out as well. Everybody loves the Monkey King. The worst thing they can do is like release him and it's like, no, it's like a changeling thing. It's like a siege demon. And he's like a filthy or ugly orangutan or something like that. If they do that, they're going to be like hammered. But
I would love a giant orangutan personally. me, like a monkey guy who can turn into a giant orangutan, like he can, do the transformation. But
No, you want the Monkey King with a big staff that just swings that at people. I said actual weapon staff monsters.
My Goku Ozaru ripoff.
Yeah, a Goku ripoff is the Monkey King. God damn it!
Oh God, he can go Super Saiyan. I know that's so incredibly lame, and I'm aware of that, but it's okay because I'm aware of it.
You're allowed to be lame when you're a dad. It's just the rules.
It's just, yeah. Like my kid was watching the showcase just then, watching the whole thing. At no point was he like, "Oh wow, Dad, you did such a good job." He's like,
"Why were you there?"
No, he slept through it. Even worse, he apparently just fell asleep. Okay.
Did he ask why there was no monsters or damneders there? They never ask us to do these things. Probably because we're idiots, but never mind.
Because I'm too real, I'm too raw. That's why they couldn't contain this.
If they got you on those stools, you would just make it look like a normal dining chair. From how long you are.
Yeah, you would just sit there like, what do I do with my feet?
What do I do with my feet? And they're just sticking completely straight out.
All right. Well, for anyone watching out there, I do have to sign off for a couple minutes to go help out my kid here. Thanks to everybody for watching and tuning in for a little bit. I really appreciate it. I had a good time talking about it. I'll jump back in with you guys to keep recording your podcast in a minute. But for everybody else, thanks for watching the stream today.
Bye, Cody Stream.
Bye.
Bye, Cody Stream.
Free update.
Yay. Now, has anyone played The Mask?
Yes.
Good, because I have not.
Oh, she's so good. She's possibly
it's
a bit overpowered.
Yeah, it's definitely overpowered, Lord. You just get like a bunch of demonettes, you rush at things, and that's it. That's, and then you just like start upgrading your dance because you get your momentum. It's like you have a better bloodlust mechanic that Korn should have had, basically.
A little bit. Little bit.
Then you're just like, oh, I'm at the top now on this bloodlust meter. I'm just going to change here and get more bonuses for stuff. And then it's just keep on going that and building up.
Yeah, it is crazy. She is a lot of fun. I really, really liked my Mask campaign. It's kind of like hard to explain what's like so strong about, because it's literally just like the mechanic is your army gets better, you pick which way it gets better, and that's it.
Yeah. So basically the bloodlust meter rises, and then you get to choose a buff out of 3, and then it raises again, and you get to choose another one, and then you keep on doing that, and then you get like a different tree for a dance, for example, and then you buff that one up as well once you completed the other one. And it can be like you get 30% more experience, or you're faster or something like that. The entire army. Just get like a bunch of fast demonettes that are way tankier than they should be. And it's just pretty crank, but it's also, it's just a bunch of demonettes. It's like Skull Taker for Slanesh, basically. Almost, but without teleporting. Without
that
teleporting
really
and the rest of the super OP stuff. So you're just like kind of OP.
That sounds quite fun. She starts in Lustria, doesn't she?
Yeah, just north of Skull Taker, actually. Kind of, I think.
Well, that's going to turn that in. Well, the Lustria Bowl's back in fashion then.
Yeah.
Lustria must be a nightmare to start in at the moment.
It's, I don't know. Maybe it is. I didn't notice too much because I want to play the Mask, and then I've sailed there as Ashley. It's just go like, I own all this. See all this coastline? Else probably used to live that. I'm going to kill all of you.
So along with the Mars, we also had the Norskin update, which was so needed. I can't express how bad Norska was. And now they are significantly better. Although I wouldn't say they're perfect.
They are kind of weird. Wolfric, I've only tried Wolfric for Norska, and like the new tech trees are pretty fun. I like how they like change stuff. I will say this: I will probably stop complaining about the horizontal scroll bars, because I honestly think that TA can't make them without it. I think that it is lost tech at this point. I think the person who knew about stuff like that.
Is it the conquest one where if you like kill 10 armies of whatever, then that one is entirely on one screen, and yet there's still a scroll bar at the bottom of it. Yeah,
it's crazy actually how they even do stuff like that. But it used to be like you have to go and take that place, and then you have to wait 10 turns or something like that, right? while the tech was doing. But now it's just kill 10 armies and then it's like a 1 turn thing. And it's just much better because if you're supposed to be like the raiding faction that runs around everywhere, you're not supposed to stick around at 10 turns someplace because the global recruitment used to be like 8 turns, for example. Like it used to be so abysmal, but now it's just so much fun. But Wolfric got super strong really fast. Okay, it was like part of me. So I kind of, in my campaign, I kind of did this wrong, I think. Because I should have had, more armies. But instead of turn 45, I had like 150,000 gold. And I was like, this can't be right. Like the battle where, like one of the first battles I killed Master Mundi, I got like 12,000 gold for that. I was like, this can't be right. Something must be wrong here. But I really like his teleporting boat mechanic. Really, really like it.
I've not played Wolfric. I played Throg, but it's nice to see. It's nice to hear that Wolfric got his teleporting boat finally. So how does that work? Is it basically Oxyotl's thing, but with a different?
No. So everybody can always complain about like more lords shouldn't have teleportation, but I will die on the hill and fight you in the goddamn streets for this. Wolfric is the only lord in the lore that actually teleports regularly because his boat is a goddamn teleporting boat that he can just get there. But basically, it's just it's like the wild routes, right? So you got like a turn timer for it for when you can next teleport, and you can teleport to any harbor as long as you are by a port and in the ocean. Then you can just teleport to the next port. So you have a double stars, and I killed off Skeggi, and then somebody else went toward me in Norska, and I just went into the water, teleported back to Norska, murdered them there, vassalized that Norscan tribe, went into the water, teleported back to Lostja, and just kept on doing that war. It was just perfect. Absolutely, like all I could ever wish for that one. So good.
That's awesome. That sounds great.
I think my one gripe.
Then you have tech and stuff like that as well to get the teleportation lower.
Yeah, that is like my one gripe with Wolfric is that, like you said, with the tech, you get it on a short cooldown, but you can just confederate Wolfric and get access to that mechanic. Like, so there's not really that much point in playing him. Outside of the short cooldown.
Confederate him.
Yeah. Well, I did
I
when
didn't know you would keep it in that case, but that's great.
Yeah, I've confederated him. Also, sorry, I was just tabbed out because I remembered that the fucking Claire Obscure concert tickets went on sale today, and I 100% have missed those, so I'm going to jump out my window after we finish this.
No.
Oh, fuck. Oh, joy. But yeah, Wolfric is... he's cool. I like his teleporting boat. I like his starting location very much. I just left Norska. It's a bit weird that he has no access to recruitment buildings for like 15 turns because all of the settlements he takes are ports, so I have no buildings in them. No, so if you take Skeggi, you get like Marauder champions and stuff like that, and all of the stuff basically at tier 3 and tier 2 you get like the Bearmen stuff on the Skeggi landmark. Which one? Yeah, but that's that's just like the next peninsula up. Right. Yeah. So it's pretty close. Yeah, basically, if you like take your region against the new Empire colonies, then you just keep on going there, and you're gonna get there pretty fast. You can even like go there, and then you like fight that Norscan, and you just confederate that and get it really fast as well. Yeah, I never bothered to do that. I don't know why. I think I was just like, really good landmark. Go south. But I really, really like the Norscan rework. I think it's the highlight of this entire DLC. Yeah, possibly.
I liked it. I've played Throg. I liked it, but you're gonna have to tell me because I haven't played Sail or Wolfric. I did find the spoils mechanic a bit useless. I just ended up with so much spoils that I didn't really need to worry about it. Yeah. The pillaging is really cool because now if you pillage and raise something, you get a little army to like carry it over to one of your places. I really like that. And you can get like really, really good items as well from it. Yeah, that's what I like the fact that you do have a chance to get like some really, really nice items. And I quite like that. I'm so glad that they made those armies like under your control rather than making them like a tertiary faction that then just like beelines towards something that you can't control, which I feel like would be a nightmare.
Well, do you know why they're under your control? Because they can attack more settlements to gather more spoils and take those.
Really cool,
I didn't realize
you
they
can
could
get
do
tech to make those armies even larger as well. But it's really fun as well because you can also like pillage it, and then you like because it costs spoil to colonize a place that is in a Norscan settlement. So if you use that a little bit of that spoil, like if you get 1,500 or something like that, then you just colonize that place, use 500 to colonize that, and then you just take the little pillaging army, put it back there, and then you've gotten all your spoils. But one of the items I got was that it cost 40 Winds of Magic. You get the teleporting ambush stance from Siege.
Yes.
It's insane to have like.
That's great.
You really just like the what is it, like the Visigoths or something like that, like nothing personal, kid, and you're just like teleported behind them.
Yeah, and then I gave that to a shaman mage lord guy, and then I also gave him something which increased his winds of magic exponentially. So basically, he never runs out of winds of magic, and he can teleport attack. Although I've never used it because I always forget I've got the teleport attack. But overall, like I like the spoils and stuff. When I played as Throg, if you play as Throg, you get like 2 special buildings that you can build. One of which is like the troll building, which lets you recruit trolls and also gives you white and red troll points. And one which is a troll hole, which gives you spoils but costs white troll points or blue troll points, whatever color they were. The problem is that both the blue/white troll points and the red troll points are kind of not like I don't really know why I need them, because like the white go on.
So the red troll points, they level up the meter at the top, and that increases the size of your Wa. And the blue troll points are used to Is it used to activate that?
No. Well, it is, yes, but only very, very slightly. Like I think it costs like 350 blue troll points, whereas I've got like 70,000.
There are other buildings that you can build. I swear the troll hole consumes them to produce like gold and spoils and stuff. So that's really what they're for.
Every time you guys say that, I only think of Danny DeVito just standing there in his troll costume singing like, you got to pay the troll toll if you want to get the boy's soul.
So like, because you only need like 115 red troll points, like max out your little troll bar
like
or
2
troll
or 3
circle.
Not much from each building.
Well, you can make 10 if you upgrade the troll building the right way. So theoretically, it doesn't take that long. But I've not really hit the max. But then I'm like, if I hit the max, what happens? Do I need more red troll points? Like, what do they just like? Is 115 the most red troll points I ever need? Do I need more? I don't really know. And the white troll points, I mean, they're used for the troll hole building. And equally, I could press the troll war building, but it's not like I need it because Throg's running around with an entire horde of trolls.
Yes,
and it turns out that it's really hard to beat that.
Yeah, but 2 hordes of trolls.
True, but but I don't. Basically, I control A and then double right click the enemy army, and the enemy army ceases to exist. I don't feel like I need more trolls, but it's nice to have the option. But people keep saying, why aren't you using the troll horde? It's like, well, in the same reason I have all those minor healing potions left at the end of a big RPG, and I'm fighting the end boss. At that point, they've got emotional value, and also, what happens if I need them right after? I don't know, so I never use it because I can't be sure. But So I just never use it because I'm like, well, it's got like 10 turn cooldown. But now I've got like a bot.
What if there's a last boss?
Right. I don't know. So I end up with like hordes and hordes of blue troll points, and my red troll points are max. And I'm kind of like, I mean, this is fine. I'm okay with it, but I don't have anything else to do with them. So in the same way as spoils, like I've got now 70,000 spoils or something, and I'm like, I guess I could colonize everything, but I also need altars, which is my other issue. In that if I want spoils, I can't have an altar unless I raise it and then settle it again, which takes 2 turns, which I'm too lazy to do.
Sure making altars gives you a little bit of spoils.
It doesn't.
I think it does.
Can you really make an altar straight away after at a race?
No, because creating an altar, raising it uses all your movement.
No,
so you can't then settle it, so you have to wait another turn. I don't think you can
colonize an altar. I think you have to raise an altar.
Yeah.
Do you?
Exactly. Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's even worse then.
You're spreading misinformation on the internet.
I am. I'm terrible. So, I mean, it's not like I need spoils, but also I'm like, but I want the magic. I want the 2% chance to get a magic item, but I also need loads of altars because that's so I'm conflicted.
There are buildings that consume spoils to give you like gold and all sorts of other things in the infrastructure.
Yeah, which I've built. I'm still got like more spoils than I know what to do with.
Raise altars, you cock.
Well, that's what I'm doing.
Well,
I've raised so many altars. but then I've got like two.
Shut up,
but I've got like 2 guys currently running back home with like, I think 15,000 spoils each. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do with all this shit. I've got so much shit. I don't know what I'm going to have to build like a big fucking money bin like Scrooge McDuck and then swim around in it because that's literally all I can think to do with it.
Yeah. Lore-wise accurate Throg. I mean, Throg in the end times, basically, like he's being threatened, right? And he's almost dying at this point because he's found like the one thing that can kill Throg. Well, the 1 out of 3, I guess. And he's just like, well, maybe you want this, and then he takes up like a super rare item. It's like maybe this lost book of grudges from this hole that was lost forever. Oh, how about that one? How about this challenge, magical challenge? And he just keeps on going like that. Then he gets chopped off.
I mean, that could be lore, but it would be nice if maybe there was something to go. Oh, if you've got a lot of spoils, this is what you can spend it on, or this is what you can. I don't know. It would just be like I just feel like I've got a lot of resource. I'm like I don't know what to do with this apart from just keep hoarding it and yeah. But I mean, it's so much better than what Norsca was. It feels churlish to complain about it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. I think if you play the campaigns that it like funnels you towards. Where like you abandon Norsca's Wulfric and stick in Norsca's Throg, you have like a good pair of experiences there. Because Wulfric, if you just like follow where he starts and abandon Norsca, is very much just like, right, I'm just gonna raise Lustria, and that's a nice change of pace these days. And Throg just can very easily take over all of Norsca, and then he ends up being attacked by Chaos, and so you can kind of do like a big old loop around and then come down to the Empire. And yeah, they're just both a lot of fun to play. I think the new Allegiance to the Dark Gods is like, it's as good as that mechanic can be, because at the end of the day, you're just like raising altars.
Because now it doesn't. Now you can have all of them, right? Like all of the.
You can have all the effects, and then if you reject everyone, you get like a super duper. I mean, it's not even that good to be honest. You just get like a kind of good effect at the end.
Like the old one where you could become the Ever Chosen. But then every god goes to war with you, which is all the alliances and everything like that gets broken.
Yeah, that I didn't run into that. Granted, I was like using console to like speedrun it as fast as possible. So I don't know if you do it legit. It like something happens at like turn 200, which is how long it'd freaking take.
So if I went with Nurgle because I'm a big Nurgle stan. I got Burble, Smirk, Blumble, Puss, whatever his name is, who does have the Lord effect that increases every single character's health by 30%.
Jesus.
Which is, that's quite nice. But it did spawn like a Zinch army. Obviously, Nurgle is anti-Zinch, so that kind of makes sense. And it did spawn one, and I killed it, and then nothing else happened. So I'm assuming that once you max out one and like dedicate, that's basically what happens, and you just get that reward. So I mean, it's definitely better than what it was. It would have been nice to maybe like if you had the spoils mechanic and maybe you could empower altars by sending spoils to it. That would have maybe been quite nice. But I mean, it's so much better than what it was. I mean, the Monstrous Arcanum's also been changed and now works, which is nice.
That is a very nice change, must say.
It's a very nice change. Although. One of the things I would say is like it's got a 4-turn cooldown, and I think that might be too long. Once you get the Supreme Hunter, it does cut it in half.
Yeah.
But also you get like a bunch of experience and like post-battle and stuff like that. So you could technically like abuse that otherwise. Like if you could do it every turn, you would be very rich and very powerful, incredibly fast. Let's go for like easy monster hunts, because now there's like Monster Arcana, which is 3 legendary monsters, and then you can go for regular hunts. Just get like monsters, like get a Chimera or 1 Praeton and stuff like this.
Maybe there should be a cooldown on the individual hunts rather than like if you did the Bile Toad Dragon, whatever his name is, hunt, there should be like maybe a 6-turn cooldown on doing that one again, but you could do another hunt and go off and do something else. Because at the moment I'm very much like I need to complete that to finish the campaign. And I've currently got just Throg sort of like heading towards the areas where he needs to do it, because I'm just like, I've got nothing else to do. Like, Throg is my hunt boy. He's going on hunts, and I'm just going to send him wherever he needs to go. But I'm having to wait like the 4 turns, and sometimes I'm like marching down, and I'll hit the button, and suddenly it goes, "Oh yeah, it's back here." I'm like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Fine, I'll turn around and go back again.
Because also a cool point about, a cool thing with the hunts is that they have different climates. So if you want to hunt a Praeton, for example, you have to be in a temperate forest, and it's going to spawn like quests in temperate forest. Then if you take like the Toad Dragon, it's going to be in Chaos Wasteland. So you have to go there and hunt them. So it's really made for, I feel like that one is made for Wolfrix to be able to teleport throughout.
Yeah, it's good. I don't quite know how that works though, because I did do the Hell Pit Abomination one. And I was like, oh, it must be in Hell Pit. So I traveled around town towards Hell Pit, and then it went, no, it's up in the north. So I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I traveled over there, and then I went, okay, because you do like the first one, and then it spawns a second one. Yeah. And the second one spawned up near the north coast, and I was like, well, that's fucking nowhere near Hell Pit.
Yeah, because it's random, so you're not supposed to just be able to stand there. I think it's just random, like in close adjacent places.
Yeah, it was just like, it's near Hell Pit. I was like, well, okay, but that's not really Hell Pit.
So if it is frozen wasteland, it can be in any frozen wasteland place.
Yeah, so I think it spawns close to you. Like, it doesn't spawn like, it wouldn't spawn like Nagarond, because that's fucking miles away. But there's certainly like a radius in that it will just like appear semi-close to you, which is nice.
Maybe Hell Pit Abomination, like Canada Goose, or geese, they just fly everywhere. Could be.
But it's such an improved mechanic that, like, again, it feels like, could it be maybe slightly changed? Yeah, sure. But hey, fuck, it works at the moment. And frankly, it's so much better than what it was.
Yeah. I mean, the bar was so low that, it's great now. It's much better. Maybe someone will be like, I really missed the old one. Yeah, okay, well, we can't all have brain damage. I don't know what to tell you. God damn it. Like, you can just have your privileges for yourself.
The old one just didn't work. It would just break mid-quest line, and that was it. You couldn't do anything about it. There was one point where one of the quest objectives spawned like seemingly up on a mountain, and I was like, oh, shit. Can I even reach that? But it turns out I could reach it, so I guess that's fine. I didn't actually break it, was fine. And even if it did, I could actually like cancel the hunt and restart it. So at least you can do that, rather than the old one where sometimes the quest just wouldn't show up, and that was that. Just no more monstrous hunts.
Have we talked about the other guys? I know we'll talk about
we have not
a little bit, but
yeah,
Nikari technically also got a little bit. Technically,
yes. What was the difference there? Actually, weren't they like
one ability?
Oh,
and it's if a faction has above 50% seduction and you're in the same province as them, you can like instantly corrupt their army, which gains you like an instant demon. No, it's like a Chaos Lord army, and takes away like 50% of that army strength and gives it to the new one.
Zankara is the only one now with the seduction mechanic, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of shit.
What's that?
It's too convoluted. So it's like, right, so the person needs to be at 50%. You need to be in the same province. And if you're in the same province, you're probably going to be attacking them. But if they're at 50%, why? Why would you be attacking them? Because then, like, for 50%, they're pretty easy to manipulate. Yeah, I think seduction.
I thought you meant like the seduction was too complicated. I was like,
I don't think it's.
Nah, man. I was growing up with like R&B songs. I know seduction is very complicated. You stand out in the rain, just like singing and stuff. It's crazy.
I think seductive influence is a little bit of a jank mechanic. I don't think it's bad, but I think it's a little bit faffy to really get going. So I don't love it. I kind of wish they'd done a bit more with it, because as far as I'm aware, the other changes were to buildings and technology, and all they seem to introduce is more scroll bars.
Love a scroll bar.
Does seduction have any scroll bars? Not really, does it? Seduction I've always enjoyed. I know a lot of people do not like it, but I've always really enjoyed seduction. So like, well, these don't get seduction either. Okay, well, at least Ankari gets it. Probably Sigvald as well.
Yeah, I do like the seduction stuff. So
I don't know why, but
It's a bit of a shame to see Dakala didn't have it, but she's got mechanics of her own, so it's not really.
Yeah, I just imagine now Sigvald sitting there like, behold my milkshake. It brings all the boys to my yard. Behold. And then he's like, seduction button.
Yeah.
I like how he speaks like Sean Connery.
I like Mask. I think Mask is really good, but it definitely feels like they made Mask and was like, oh shit, we also need to like do something to regular Slanesh, and they didn't really do enough for me. I don't think the ability is very good or very practical. And other than that, Nakari feels more or less the same. Maybe a little bit better because of the infrastructure and tech stuff, but I don't know. I don't think Nakari was as like busted bad as like Scarbrand maybe sometimes was. No. Granted, Scarbrand was always pretty strong, but you know what I mean. So like there wasn't as much room to improve, but it would have been nice to see something.
Yeah, Ankara was always like Scarbrand really fast, but you would always go like, wow, he's so fast. And then you would see him being fired by arrows, and you'd be like, oh my god, that goes so fast. And you would see the hell bar. So he like, and then he would just learn how to flank, and then they would be able to like kill off an entire army by themselves. But otherwise, if they started getting shot at, you'd be like, oh no.
Yeah, I just felt Slanesh were kind of like the weak point of the reworks, Mask excluded, because they just didn't really get anything like noticeable.
I mean, to be fair, the other ones didn't get seduction either. They got like corruption, right? Did Mask get seduction as well? Didn't the next try that? But the Kala gets corruption instead.
I really like corruption. As I prefer it 100%.
Yeah, because it's
way cheaper.
It's way cheaper. Yeah. And so for those who don't know, basically it's you press somebody and then they get 20 to 25% less combat stats.
And it's like
which
almost
is quite
everything.
a lot.
It's like I think it's like damage, missile strength. It's attack and defense in there.
Yeah, and 33% leadership as well.
It's like everything. It's so crazy.
So you can only have 4 units that it corrupts, but it's only like 200 to 400 or something like that per dude. So it's way cheaper. Just click them, and then you're like, oh yeah, now they don't have like their best units, and you have a much easier time murdering stuff early game.
Yeah, I much prefer it. Regular seduction, army seduction is very expensive. Like regular, granted there are techs and skills and stuff that make it cheaper, but in general, it is very expensive, and I just never really found it that practical. It's like, oh, so I can steal like a spearman and an archer. What about if I just make his Swordmaster of Hoeth literally useless, and I can walk over them?
Yeah.
Should we talk about games we've been playing, or
have we talked about High Elf?
No, we still have High Elves. High Elf rework.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes, the better Dark Elves, as you might know them. The better elves.
They're not as slutty though.
I found them to be a good middle ground. I really like the patronages.
It depends on what books you've been reading.
Okay, all right, fellas.
They are definitely. Look, I'm not saying Teclis really likes people, and canonically, the brothels of Altdorf has to close down to rest for a week after Teclis is visited. Canonically, okay?
I do remember at the beginning of, I think it's Giant Slayer.
Oh yeah, when it's just sleeping with the twins and stuff.
Sleeping with the twins. And when they're like, where are you going, my lord? He's like, yeah, I'm just going to magically roofie you so you forget what, which is like, shit, that is so fucking problematic.
Yeah, and then he just like leaves from there. He's like, I don't know. But like, I am slutty, but I don't know. I want people to know about it.
For those things that stuck in my head is like, what the fuck did I just read?
I just forgot that part. I just remember there were like 2 twins in a bed who's like, oh, aren't you coming back? And he's like, nah, I got shit to do. Look, it's fuck off o'clock. And then he just leaves.
Like, fuck, the apocalypse is happening. Gotta go, ladies. By the way, go back to sleep. Forget I was here. Laters.
That's how you get out of the brothel bills, I guess.
Okay, so the High Elves are less overtly slutty.
All right, what about the mechanics, Buster?
So, did you like both of you played with the Phoenix Court, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Phoenix Court is obviously just the Tower of Zar, but for the High Elves. This one is better for them, and it's just nice to have a different way to spend your influence on. I think overall it's like 60-70% where they needed to go. They needed like a little bit more on it, but otherwise, like I'm content with that one anyway.
It's kind of like elect counts, but a little bit more complicated. I like it.
Yeah, I guess.
I wish the notifications for it were a little bit more noticeable, because holy shit, the amount of times I would lose a patronage and just miss the notification when I could have engaged in intrigue or whatever. That sucked.
That one is really easy once you figure out that at tier 3 you can't be challenged for the seat anymore.
I know that, but when you can't get it to that point immediately.
Yeah, but you just need like 240 or 250 like influence, and you just like click, 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 and then it's done.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that you can do that in a single turn.
Yeah. But like straight away,
it does feel like the best method, doesn't it? Just I'm going to steal this seat and then make sure no one can ever steal it again.
Yeah. First time you play it though, and they're like, "I'm challenging you for the seat," and you're like, "Intrigue, baby!" And then they're, you got to do the little dilemma stuff, and that feels really cool. But then when you figure out like, I can skip that, I don't really care. It's like,
Yeah, I found those notifications very easy to miss. So like when I didn't have influence at the start, I just lose it because I didn't see it. I think notifications in Warhammer 3 could do something. Like, I need to filter these out a little bit better. That might be on me, but goodness me, there's just so many. It's like playing Stellaris. Eventually, I'm just like, I don't care. But yeah, I think this one's okay. I like how it works with the Confederation. I think having unique methods of Confederation is one of my favorite things to add to a faction, because it just makes it a bit more interesting. And I like collecting all my little legendary lords and lining them up.
Do you guys try to confederate them with Ashlyn?
No, I didn't really see the point. Mechanic.
What happens then is that they just turn into a different faction. They just turn into like the United Maritime faction. So it's like confederate, and then you just get like 5 armies. You go minus 25,000 a turn in upkeep, and then you just get the lord basically, and the lands are undefended for the actual faction that just spawned basically. I was sitting there like, why would I do that? Like, it's cool for things where like Teclis died, so you can just get him now easily. Like you still get him. That's really good. But for factions that are around you, it's just absolutely bonkers to ever want to do that.
It would be better if it was like,
maybe give them the option to
they replaced. Well, you know what would be nice if they gave the option to, like, you have the legendary lord, the faction exists, they have a new leader, like just a default bog standard elf leader, and then you get the legendary lord, so you can be like, yay, now I've got Alariel or whatever, but her faction still exists and it's still over there, because your entire thing is like you are putting outposts, and so it doesn't make sense to confederate anyone, in my opinion. I just looked at the button, I was like, why would I ever press that? Because I fucking hate admin, and having more stuff means doing more admin. And I'm like, I don't want to do more admin. I want other people to do the admin for me. And I want to have the fun. I want to have the fun times. I want to do the admin.
Fair.
Yeah, Aisling excluded. I think it's a fine mechanic. It's pretty good.
Did you try Tyrion?
I did. I had a little play with both of them. Tyrion's mechanic it's the Imperial Machinations, or whatever that Cal mechanic is called, but slightly worse. And it's all right. It's nothing crazy.
What does that one do? I haven't tried. I want to try Teclis.
It's essentially just like, Cal has like the option to spend gold to like, oh, well, I can do whatever, like increase the recruit rank of these units or whatever for a certain amount of turns. It's just that sort of thing. There's nothing that's really that crazy. It's just kind of like Cal can make himself better, do diplomatic things. It's another way to spend influence, which I'm happy with, because I think influence is one of those things that before this was very useless to me, outside of just recruiting lords and heroes. But it's fine. And then I like how he gets actions unlocked whenever he forms alliances with other elves or confederates them. I think that's really fun.
First thought, influence was used to be one of the strongest mechanics in the game that you could easily just ignore. Because it would be, I would just do like, okay, these two people, you hate each other now, and I would spend like 700 influence on them, just having like 500 minus against each other. Or you would be, oh yeah, I want to confederate you, so you spend like 500 there as well, and then they would love you, and then just be able to confederate them instead.
Yeah, I think the new ways to spend it are a bit more creative, but yeah,
much better.
Tyrion's mechanic is, I understand why it's so simple, because in my opinion, Tyrion is the best campaign for a new player, because he's dead simple. He's not a tight faction. There's lots of allies around, but also if you want to sail out and have some fun, you can do that. He's always been my go-to recommendation. So I think giving him a more simple mechanic that introduces you to more mechanics is definitely a good thing. And then Teclis's, did either of you two play any Teclis?
I tried him.
Yep.
Yeah. It's basically Gelt, but on steroids.
Yeah, that's very much how I felt. I like.
So you can also, sorry.
I was just going to say, I also like how he has the option to go back to Ulthuan. Although he keeps his settlement in Ascend of Chaos, which is a little bit weird because it teleports his army. And I'm like,
why? I really like that you could have like special wizards because those wizards are absolutely bonkers. I think it's the fire one that if you have them in your army, then whenever you start a siege, there'll be 2 holes in the wall, 2 breaches. And like crazy things like that is what some of them have. Absolutely like bonkers wizards. Then obviously Cataclysm.
I'm glad that Teclis now has an option to start an Ulthuan because I think he had just had the worst start position.
A little bit. Because it's rough out there.
Yeah, it's just that Kairos would always be like, fuck you, and then he would just start sailing across the sea, but he lives in chaotic wasteland, so you don't really want to take it, and also it's a bitch to land on, and it's just horrible. It's like, I don't want to fight you. I don't want to deal with you. And now you don't have to.
When I was playing Aisling, it was like, oh, you have the option to go to any of these places. I was like, I'm going to go help Tyrion at Teclis. I'm going to go help my boy. He's been struggling. I just went and wiped out Kairos in like 5 turns. Like, fuck you, buddy.
I'm just going to take 2 minutes here. I need like 2-minute break. 2 seconds. Well, 2 minutes.
Fred's got poop.
You both just froze completely, but I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Fred's got to do a big poop. Okay. What were we talking about?
A rework Teclis mechanics.
Oh, yeah. It's good. I like it. It's a bit simple, but it's fine. Like him and Tyrion got like the same mechanic, but just for their individual gimmicks. It's like I have a menu where I can purchase buffs.
But the Elven Patronage is something for all high elves.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Tyrion's mechanic.
Oh.
Stupid.
Are they really? Because one of them has Gelt's mechanic, though.
Yeah, but it's like, it is just, and then there is just a menu where you buy buffs. Granted, there's too many T's. Teclis's is way better. But granted, it's like, kind of just like a menu.
I mean, yeah, it is just, you really see how a Warhammer 3 release balance state was because a lot of Cataclysm spells are really cool and sound really cool. But once you use them, you're like, it's like Gehenna's golden orb rolls over and just like, unless it's Skaven slaves, it doesn't kill them and you're like, like, all right.
No,
that's
give me a bit of shade.
And then Teclis will still just run around, yell, birds! And he just summon Flock of Doom to get all of his passives in. Still very good though, but like it is the best spellcaster in the world, still just birds! What's that over there? Is he yelling birds? Jesus Christ, where did all these birds come from?
Flock of Doom is great though.
It is.
Yeah.
Especially on a Flying Beastman, man. What's it called? Malagor?
Yeah.
Doesn't get better than that. Although they nerfed him, I realized fairly recently. He has to be melee to get his constant drain. It's such bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, that's lame.
Criminal.
Yeah, for a wizard.
Anyway, are we free update overall? Are we ready for that? Is anything else?
Yeah, we did through everything there. Yeah, overall, like the patch also great.
Excellent
honestly,
patch.
I really like the patch. I do think this is the best one since Thrones of Decay, which has only been like one DLC since. Crazy.
But 2 years.
Yeah, but it is like a highlight DLC and rework and patch and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
They really should have had like the quality of life stuff packed into this one as well to make like the patch even better. But overall, like it's a great patch, honestly. Good DLC. Everyone's going to be happy for at least 2 weeks before we find out all the bugs, that the AI is still just stacking stuff everywhere and things like that. So we got 2 weeks. So we got like 1 or 2 weeks of, happiness. Everything is not fixed. It's in a better state than it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We'll enjoy it as long as we can.
Indeed.
Speaking of enjoying, should we talk about what other games we've been enjoying?
Should we do like 2 each?
Yeah, we'll try and keep things limited. Fred.
It's not my fault. We don't do this too often. I was just checking the list. I was like, yeah, it's actually quite a lot since last time. This time.
See, I knew it would be, and I was like, oh, we can't sit here for the next 3 hours while Fred lists every single game he's played.
Why not?
I really haven't played that much. When did the last episode come out?
It was a while ago.
It was. Was it the DLC? Not the DLC, the Problems tier list? That was the 20th of October.
Yeah.
20th of what?
October.
Oh. It's not too long ago, actually. It feels like it's...
I mean, it's December. It's Christmas. Merry Chrysler.
Shall I start?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, my first of the two games is the DLC for Age of Wonders.
Yes.
Which
That's
added vampires, which is great. I really enjoyed that.
Shout out to Triumph Games who makes a game and makes 9 DLCs and then still managed to make a vampire DLC before Creative Assembly can do in 9 years.
Right, as it's definitely the best vampire content that Paradox have released this year.
Good one.
So you get vampire lords, you get a vampire terrain, you get it's just great. You can make sexy goth girls. What's wrong with that? It's all great. Love that. Love the fact that the Age of Wonders just releases really good DLC all the time. My second game is definitely probably my game of the year so far is Dispatch, which I played the demo of and really liked. And I played this game and I had so many feels. Like it was a roller coaster ride of emotion. But just a game that I was like, I genuinely couldn't stop playing it. Like I just needed to see what happened. I mean, calling it a game is probably maybe a little bit.
Aaron Paul is such a good voice actor, honestly. Like he is so good at that. I loved him in Invincible as well. Like he's just like way better than most of the other supporting cast.
I mean, all of the voices in Dispatch were amazing. The writing was great. I was super invested. I only played it when it all came out because I was like, I don't want to wait like weeks in between. So I had to wait until everything, which meant like trying not to see it online. But totally worth it. If you've not played Dispatch, it's such a horny game and I love it.
Oh, game of the year, spoken like someone who hasn't played Claire Obscure.
I have not.
I actually played it like as they were coming out. So we had like as the community would just like sit down like as if it would be like movie night or something like that. Like every once a week, and we just like play those 2 episodes. It was really good. Really enjoyed like just the communal feeling of everything like that because everyone just gets so invested as well. Like, no, you should pick that. You should pick that one instead. No, pick that one. No. Why do you suck?
Honestly, I just felt like the writing was at every point in that game, the writing was just like so good.
Yeah.
Even when you're playing like the actual Dispatch part of the game, just the little like side comments the characters are making, it just the game made me laugh out loud multiple times, which is really hard for a game to do.
Really good writing.
Just fantastic.
I'm trying to like pick. I've got like a few things, but I haven't really like finished anything. Like the most, I've been getting back into VR because I love playing in VR, and every time I do, I enjoy it. But then I just never do it because I can't be bothered. So I'm like, oh, but I'd have to get up. Really? So I've been getting back into that. But I started the VR Metro Awakening game. I think Fred, you played that. That game is. I'm only like maybe like 2-3 hours in. It rocks so far. It's
really cool.
The right amount of scary because you are just stuck in a metro tunnel. It's dark and a giant rat will jump out at you and you will fill your trousers with piss. It's fantastic. I love it so far.
It's the same with like the really scary levels in Half-Life Alyx, where it's like a really claustrophobic tunnels and then like some of the head crab zombies coming at you and you're like, no!
Yeah.
Like VR is so much better for horror stuff. It's insane.
Well, if I played this in flat screen, I'd be like, oh, there's a rat there. I'm playing in VR. A rat jumps at my face. And I'm like, yeah! Pulling out my little Makarov to try and take it out. It's no, that's very, very good. But mostly I've just been chipping away at Metaphor, Re-Fantasium, which how many hours into this? Let's have a look. I would assume. Yeah, I'm 30
It's a
hours
really
in,
long game as well.
30 hours in, so I think I'm about through the prologue for a JRPG.
Yeah, tutorial soon. Soon the last mechanic will be presented, and you can start playing the game.
Yeah, but the story, I had there's a really ass section that's about 25 hours in. It's very, very annoying. It's forced stealth, and then battles where you have to win them in a certain amount of turns, which is like kind of a fun puzzle, but not really. But the story is, it's kind of a basic story, but it's also just like really engaging, and I like all the characters. I like building out a little party and a little family. And Hulkenberg is, of course, just the go. Big night lady who just likes eating everything, and there have been like several jokes about her, like, oh, she will literally eat anything, any monster that presents itself, she'll take a bite, and I love that. I love a little wacky gimmick, but yeah, great games so far. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I really haven't been playing much, apart from just a horrendous amount of competitive Overwatch, but I shouldn't talk about that. And why should I play it?
About what? Which one did you say?
Competitive Overwatch.
Overwatch? I thought we were into Marvel Rivals.
No, we switched over halfway through this year because Marvel Rivals became too much work because there are just too many events on at the same time, and it stresses me out. Mm. And also, it's a little bit of a Goonie game, which is fine, but it's getting a bit absurd. How many more Invisible Woman bikini skins can they release when it's the heart of December?
Do they have like Father Christmas fluff around the edges? Because if so, that's
no.
That counts.
Oh, okay.
Is it red
that's just weird.
or green?
No, it's just a blue thing, and you can see her entire the cheeks. The cheeks are out, and not one's on her face,
Oh, what did they release?
Back in my day, you had to go to Nexus Mods for stuff like that.
Back in my day, if you wanted to goon to your video games, you needed to download something very illicit.
Yes. You needed to go to the Gentleman's Emporium, Lover's Lab. Yes. I've been playing. By the way, was that the games you want to talk about?
Yeah, that was it. That was all for me.
I've been playing War Sales a bunch. Yeah. That's a very good. It's one of those for $30. I don't know if that's worth, but it's like because it's this one mechanic which is boats, and it's really well made, but it's not a lot of boats either. But like the ship combat stuff is really, really good. Like the bones for this mechanic is really good. It's like horrendously good. Then you're like $30 though. Like if you like the game, like yeah, go for it. It's like it's really cool to just be like a pirate finally. It's have like the ship battles are cool and everything like that. Yeah. But like dang, still like really really good though.
Yeah, 30 quid is a lot, isn't it? I was looking at the price going, oof, really?
Yeah.
I do like the battles, though.
I'm trying to check here which I'm actually supposed to talk about because apparently I played 36 games this last month, like in November. But also, you know what? I'm going to say this one. Off stream and everything like that, I've been playing a lot of Shredder's Revenge with my daughter.
Oh yeah,
and that's been really really fun. To the point where we beat him up, side scrolling beat him up.
Yes, yeah, I've been playing that with my son, and
yeah,
great.
Those games are great for that. Bonus game, we actually got the latest Marvel game for that one as well as to play. I can't help myself, but actually, you guys should try News Tower as well.
Oh, I played the shit out of that when it was in early access. That game rocks.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
That's
it's just got its release as well.
It's a perfect game for what it is.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's just such a good tower builder.
Is 10 out of 10 is obviously like high praise, but it's just for what it is doing, it is perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Homeland down to the last minute detail.
But I feel like this month has been just a constant stream of releases, just something new every single like two or three times a week, basically. Absolutely insane stuff.
Yeah, the new Anno came out, and then there was a lot of AI in the loading screen, so I've been pretty hesitant to cover that one, if I'm completely honest.
I mean, that one I feel like Ubisoft feels like such a big company. like Ubisoft does a lot of bad stuff. I don't feel like I need to drag them for stuff that I think isn't like is a misunderstanding, basically. Because I can definitely drag on them like for quite some time for other things. But like it feels like they're such a big company. They have like these placeholder AI models, and then they're like, yeah, we can't actually change that for the build. The same thing when we talked. Yeah, but like it's the same thing when we had early access to stuff as well, where we're like, oh yeah, this bug is in the game, and you have like, and developers would be like, it's 5 days to release, or a week or 2 weeks, and they're like, we're not changing anything that can break the game, anything at all. Like no Rs, no anything is being changed. So it could be like Ubisoft's just too big to be changing stuff fast. Because like if it's 24 people, 25 people that's working on like No Man's Sky, that probably just changes. Like they don't give a shit. But Ubisoft, like, yeah, we don't have time for the meetings even for this.
To be honest, if you're that big of a company, one, you've got the resources to not use AI, and two, why would you even put it anywhere near your build? Like, just keep it as far away as possible. Yeah. Just if you can't make sure it's not going to slip in, don't. Which makes me suspect that it's no mistake. It's just they didn't think they would get spotted.
Yeah, could be that as well.
100. It was 100% that one. I have to believe, because Ubisoft's just a bit. I mean, they hopped straight into NFTs. I imagine the internal pressure to use AI. I'm not blaming developers or even like the people that are in charge of the game. I'm blaming people that are in charge of Ubisoft, because they'll be pressuring people to use AI and be like, yeah, you're just relying on it as much as possible. So what was that Microsoft thing? Like 40% of code is written by AI, and then like one of their updates was just bricking PCs. Good job, Microsoft.
Which one?
I don't know. One of them.
I did read Run Report, but it said that AI is not making things more efficient. It's just causing people.
Who saw this coming? Fucking everyone. Everyone with common sense. Oh no, I had to AI generate this fucking picture of a Christmas tree wearing sunglasses. Fuck off. God, I hate AI so much. It enrages me. If you use AI, literally just fuck off.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this: AI is good for nonsense videos. Like if it's like generated for like from like what's called the ring cam outside, and then it's just like a cat standing there like playing the guitar or something.
No,
the problem is
because
that kind of shit
drink
just
the
like,
oceans away to do that.
That, and also it's just filling the internet with garbage. Like it was bad before, and now they've just like it used to be like there was a drip of sewage into the internet, and now they've just gone, what if we just break the pipe and let it pour in instead? And I've got so many people on Facebook just sharing videos that are obviously fucking AI, and they don't realize.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
the other
understand.
thing. It's like just horrendous levels of misinformation.
But I think it's good for nonsense that is AI generated, like the Harry Potter, but AI takes over and it just does like these wild fucking things, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly what a computer would think would happen. Like somebody just flies through a wall that turns to water. Absolutely.
Could not disagree more.
Well,
there is no ethical use of AI. The only like acceptable use that I can possibly ponder is like things where it is like not taking anyone's job. It's just making someone's job that exists a little bit easier. Like the Photoshop thing that is technically AI when it like cuts out the subject. That is using AI. That I can kind of excuse because it's just like, it's no one's job anymore to like rotoscope things individually. And if it is, that will make their job easier.
I was getting my hair cut by this lady that comes around to do our hair. And she went, oh, I saw this funny video on Facebook. And so I was like, okay, let's check this out. I checked out the video and I could tell it was obviously AI. But she was, I said, I was like, this is AI. And she was like, what? Are you, what? So it's not real? I was like, no, it's not real. It's obviously not real. It just looked so unnatural and you could see the artifacts. It was just weird. It hit that little thing. It was just so uncanny. And I was like, this is obviously fucking AI. But she had no idea. She was completely flabbergasted.
That's scary, yeah. That is actually a problem. How that's going to be, that's definitely going to be a problem.
But it's just making people so stupid. Like,
okay, so I just posted it. So I just posted in the general chat here for you two, where it's just somebody being woken up by cats that are playing different instruments. Because my daughter really liked that one, thought it was funny. So now I also think it's funny.
Your daughter's wrong. She should know better. She is a child. She can't tell.
So yeah, I have to tell us.
Yeah.
But I just
it's a little bit funny, right, monsters? A little bit. But if you check the other garbage that kids actually watch,
the one that this lady said that she like, it was like when I looked at it, it was like this. I don't know, these couple of like, there was a big mess, and there was a child and a couple of animals there, and his voice was like, "Okay, who's caused this mess?" And you could it was supposed to be funny, but I could just tell it was AI. Like it was just weird. The child's face was wrong. Like the dogs were doing things that just couldn't happen, and I was like, "This is just bullshit." But this woman was just so convinced it was real. Like she did not believe me when I said this is just made up. This is garbage. And she was that was the concerning bit, was the fact that she had no filter to like detect this stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. Yeah, I'm still gonna say that it's good for some things, because like the NVIDIA DLSS, for example, is also AI, and it helps people with bad hardware play games with higher settings, for example, so they can just have better graphics for stuff.
That sort of thing is whatever. That's like not really the AI that I'm talking about. It's like the AI generative content that is the first of all is shit. Second of all is stealing, because it just absorbs things. If you have posted a video online, this podcast you are watching is probably fed to an AI at some point, because guess what? YouTube, that little AI thing below this video that says what the video is about? That's because the AI has processed it without us having any say. And I hate that. I hate AI. I hope it's going to collapse very soon. The bubble it's so close to bursting. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
It's the reason I threaten our Alexa.
I guess it was a mistake to bring up the cat playing instruments to wake people up video, because I got a chuckle from me, and I think like some of the nonsense that is clearly AI, that's just for brain rot.
Fred coming in with look, isn't this cute? And I was taking the baseball bat going, what the fuck did you just say?
So
it's a slippery slope, and if you say that, oh yeah, this is fine, then they'll be like, oh well, if this is fine, then this is fine.
But no, it's not supposed to be like that, because I've seen my like we told our daughter she's not allowed to watch YouTube essentially, because her friend watches YouTube all the time, and whenever I look what they're watching, it's like stuff that makes my brain melt. And I work on the internet, right?
Villager breeding videos.
No, it's way worse than that as well. Like I was just watching, I was like, what the heck are you watching? And because she just tells the tablet like what to watch, and she just does like Nintendo pregnant stuff like that. And it's just all the Super Marios, like all the hidden in our family, like Luigi, Mario, Wario, Bowser, Peach, Daisy, all of them going around being pregnant and like having small babies following them around and stuff like that. Like clearly AI generated, that is just like absolute AI slop garbage. So that's like where the like I'm just watching that, and it's like you're not even allowed to watch YouTube anymore. And then I go around like, hey, look, this cat is waking people up, and getting hammered for that.
And it's pregnant, and Mario's the father.
No, it's like what they're watching is like actually horrifying. So I'm like, no, I don't. No, she's not allowed to even watch that.
Yes,
that is concerning.
Sorry for getting so impassioned, but fucking, I hate AI so much.
Oh, it gets rammed down my throat at my job. My boss and my colleague are both doing like an ethical AI course, and whenever they bring it up, like AI isn't ethical.
There is no ethical use of AI. If we go for ethical AI use, they're just like walking right. Class number 1, don't fucking use AI.
The only way the ethical use of AI is taking a shotgun and taking it to the servers. Not that I'm.
Well, at least with creative, trying to be creative on it, I'd say.
I'm going to refrain from giving.
No, but we said like if you're trying to be creative with it and you're trying to like do creative AI generative content with it, it's bad. But for NVIDIA DLSS, for example, like helping with your essays, maybe like, hey, can you just like have some bullet points for this one, help people understand stuff better. I can get that. But then you also have the other side where you're trying to make fake news with it, trying to trick people. Or you're sitting there really alone crying with your AI girlfriend. It's starting to become like a really bad problem when the AI is like, please insert your credit card to continue conversation. I love you. Why would you abandon me?
Yeah. And then the whole like making like dead relatives, putting them as like an AI generated version of themselves, which is just an atrocity. Basically, AI is bad. Sorry, Fred. It's just.
I'm not sorry. I'm sorry for bollocking you in particular, but no, I'm not sorry for having this take. Anyway,
the hottest of takes.
Is there anything else to talk about? Any other horrific topics you'd like to get into for a debate where we just tear you to pieces?
Where the Winds Meet is something I also tried, which is a big game now. If we want to talk gaming news, because what I've played and gaming news coincide quite a bit. But where the Winds Meet, have any of you tried this?
No.
It's the new MMO that is free. It's pretty actually. It's very pretty. At release, it had some like 7 out of 10, but I'll tell you, it would have been like a 4 or 5 out of 10 if it wasn't free. Mm-hmm. Oh, now it has 9 out of 10s. I mean, I guess for a free game, it's pretty good. But I really felt like it was an MMO down to the core, like with the actual simplified mechanics and everything like that. Absolutely simplified mechanics, just with a prettier skin, basically. But it's got, a lot of people are really enjoying it though. But I tried it, I was like, no, I do not want to try this. It's trying to do basically, it's like, no, we have Wukong at home, basically, with way more mechanics as well. Like it's pretty, but the mechanics are just so shallow. It's insane. But for a free game, yeah, definitely. Cool beans, I guess.
That doesn't quite. I mean, yeah. I mean, with a name like Where the Winds Meet, you need to make it a pretty game, right?
Yeah. Also, Whiskerwood got released, didn't it?
I've not played that. Is that any good?
It's pretty good. I always felt like I was wanted to play Timberborn when I was playing it, because Timberborn is getting released next year as well.
You prefer the beavers?
Dude, the water mechanic is so good for Timberborn. Like the water mechanic is just such a cool feature. Once you start building like a big crater and like a big silo for water, and the drought happens, and you're just like, release the dam, and you just get everything watered anyway, and it doesn't affect you. Like you're so proud of your engineering handiwork. It's just so cool, I think. EU5 also got released.
Right,
very big news.
Come on now.
No. Now we're going into gaming news. Like this is big news, EU5.
It is, and you know what? The big takeaway for me for EU5 was that Paradox managed to release a mainline game without everyone hating them.
Yeah. So when people ask about, oh, it's really good, I was like, yeah, it has like 75 or 74% here at release, and it's a Paradox game. That's crazy, right? And people are like, is that good? It's like, you don't know how good that is.
It just, I guess because it feels quite different from EU4. Still similar, but they've changed a lot of like the sort of general like how things work, and so it feels very new compared to EU4, which I think is how they've managed to get away with it. Because I was very worried, it's like they're going to release a game which has been out for, they're going to release an update for a game which has been out for, I don't know, fucking a decade at this point, with so much DLC, and they're going to release the base game for it.
Yeah,
that
but this
never
one is
seems
also,
to end well.
But this one is also the most feature complete Paradox game, essentially. So you do have a lot of stuff that you would otherwise need like a year and 4 DLCs to put in. So everybody was very happy about that one as well.
And there's still holes in it, but it feels okay. Like I think it plays well enough that people are like, oh yeah, you could add on top of this and it'd be even better. But at the moment, this is great.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. People really went like, dang, we really accepted CK3 and all those that release, like, even though this is what we could have gone and released. That's crazy. But people are very happy about that one. It was a decent game. I wonder what it has now on Steam. Now it has 80%. That is crazy.
83%. That's pretty good. It does make me think that if they ever do a Stellaris 2, maybe it won't completely bomb immediately. Yeah.
It was also easier to learn, I felt, with than EU4, but harder to master. So
yeah, it's
well, I
very
never
much a
mastered
game.
EU4, so how would I know?
I got to a point where I was like, I'm doing well. I'm not sure why or how I go from here, but I'm not dead yet, which is a bonus.
Yes. Should what's just the comments think of us doing either Dark Tide or something like that for some stream maybe for the podcast?
Oh, that'd be fun. We could do some Dark Tides.
I haven't played it since the new game.
They got a new
in.
DLC as well.
I've not played it since. I'm sure there's some cool multiplayer games we could play.
Yeah,
Dark Tide would be good, but I have not.
The Age of Wonders multiplayer seems really good. If anyone wasn't there for that, me and Monsters did a stream in front of the DLCs, and I think we got like 2 turns in, and then it completely desynced, and like I just hard crashed, and we had to fight the same battle like 6 times, and then I think after like 40 minutes, I just gave up. I was like, all right, fuck this, I'm off to bed.
Yes. Yes. To be fair, I'm not sure if the multiplayer is. I keep seeing messages about the multiplayer going, it desyncs all the time. So I don't know if they actually fixed that. But yeah, Dark Tide though sounds
something
good.
with functional multiplayer sounds good.
Yeah, functional multiplayer.
Dark Tide has very, very functional multiplayer. Stellaris also now, I think. Or
we could do Stellaris and be in a federation, couldn't we?
True.
Or Ready or Not, police game.
Jesus.
Oh, I've not played that.
It's pretty cool. It's like all the old Rainbow Six games.
Oh, I see. Intense tactical first-person shooter.
Pretty nice. You go in and you just yell like, down on the ground, let go of the weapon down on the ground, down. And they're like, down on the ground.
Is that a game where like you have to hunt ghosts or something?
No. Oh yeah,
Phasmophobia.
Phasmo.
Me and my friends keep hopping on that, but then it's like been in early access for a gazillion years and it keeps resetting and we just can't be asked. Like when they add a proper update that isn't going to wipe all my progress, I'll keep playing it.
That seems fair. So we've got options. Yeah, we should do like a big old 3-way stream. Have a big old 3-way.
I'd rather not. Thanks.
You don't want to play games with us?
That is a different answer and a different question.
Oh.
Only where your head is at. You're the only one that's making that dirty. It's all fine.
And on that note.
On that bombshell.
Yeah. Right, folks. Well, when this comes out, well, either I'll leave this in or remove it. When this comes out, there may be some announcements. So we might do another podcast fairly soon. And we might try and get someone special and see if you can guess what handsome, dashing, silky toned American that might be. But for now,
I thought it was me until you said American.
Yes, this is the Signs of Torment episode, and let me know. Let us know, not just me. No, let me specifically know. Don't tell these guys what you're thinking of the DLC so far, because obviously you've had a bit of chance to play it. What did you pick up? Are you happy with it? What do you think of the free updates? Let us know in the comments below, and that'd be really swell. We need to farm engagements. This does well.
Yeah, drive our engagement.
Yeah. and if you don't leave a comment. The dog gets it, right?
Dog gets
He's
it.
going straight out the window.
Becoming defenestrators.
It's becoming what now?
It's the technical name for being
being
thrown out the
thrown
window. It's great.
Oh.
Defenestration.
Didn't even realise there was a technical name for that.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Anyway.
I learned something today.
Thank you for folks watching. And anything else? Any last words, anyone?
Bye.